From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Remember this?
It's a rare condition this day and age.
What's this from? One of those old shows, right?
Newspaper page.
Keep listening.
Love and tradition of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue.
This Full House?
Nope.
Don't look at me like that, Shem. Everywhere you look, right? Everywhere you look. Oh, I thought this was the Everywhere You Look song. Sounds just like it. No, I don't know. I'm at a loss. It's one of those shows. It's one of those
Family
shows.
Matters,
I never
man.
watched Family Matters.
You never watched Family Matters?
No, it was
How could you not watch
horrible.
Family Matters? Shut your
was a
mouth.
terrible
Yo, Shem
show.
is about to leave. Yo, not
gonna fight.
Let me tell you
Don't
something.
fight me. Don't
Can I
fight
just
me.
describe real quick?
Don't fight me.
Shem, the look of shock on Shem's face. Not only did he take off his mask, he adjusted himself in his chair.
Wiped his forehead.
And he took his glasses off and he wiped his forehead.
I have one thing to say to you, Roz.
Yeah. Okay.
You're my guy, right?
Yeah, I thought I was.
That black card that I gave you?
Come on!
Gone. That's all I got to say.
Let me. Okay, hold on now. I think that I don't want to be accused of being anything other than old, which is the only time I'm ever going to say this. Okay. Because I think that even in those, like, how much older am I than you? How old are you? Shut your mouth. Don't say it like that, man. Okay? That hurts. Okay. But I'm saying that I was way past those shows when that show was popular. I found that sort of character. We're talking about the Urkel show, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, man.
I just want to make sure. I was at the point of where I was no longer entertained by things like that, and I found it awful. Okay. Like I was old at that point where the show wasn't for me. Right? It's just like
You're out of the demographic.
I don't have the Saved by the Bell gene. Because that show was
Love that show.
just garbage to me because I was out of the demo. Like I was just too old for that show. Right? So the only reason why I'm saying that Family Matters was awful.
Ross covering his face right now. I can't even look at Shem.
Just keep in mind, I am in this room surrounded by plexiglass and I still think I'm going to get punched. Okay? That show was awful. Now, I'm not saying that people didn't enjoy it. I recognize the legacy of Family Matters.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no cookout for you.
Oh, damn it.
Damn it. You're going to look back on this moment later today and you're going to say,
Did I do that?
Because and the whole reason why I brought this up because of Urkel is that Urkel, Jaleel White, is launching his own weed.
Oh.
There was like a bootleg version of a weed strain that they called Purple Urkel.
Shut up.
Swear. Purple Urkel, right? So it wasn't official, but that's just what it was called.
Okay.
So Jaleel White then teamed up with like a cannabis company and came up with their own like legit Purple Urkel, but it's just called It's Purple.
Oh, okay. So Urkel doesn't own Purple Urkel.
Urkel has no ownership over Purple Urkel. Although he is now involved in promoting and even smoking.
Yeah.
It's Purple.
Okay. What about Purple Nurple?
That's a different strain.
That's a different thing altogether?
Altogether.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, why don't you ever ask me if there's any bowling news?
Oh, I don't know. Hey, Ross, is there any bowling news?
Because today I got bowling news. I got great bowling news. First of all, did you know that Kevin Hart is an incredible bowler?
Kevin Hart?
And when I say incredible, I mean like Kevin Hart is like a nasty bowler.
Are you trolling right now?
No. Okay, so I sent you a video, so you can watch it right now, and everybody else can listen to it. So click on the Kevin Hart bowling video and watch this. Like I'm talking strike after strike after strike after strike.
Be a champion.
You're a champion, Kevin. You got to have the self-talk, Lon. Is he a champion here right now? Yes!
Oh, okay, bro. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching.
Wow.
Keep watching.
Kevin Hart? Another strike.
Yeah, this is a video of Kevin Hart in some sort of celebrity pro-am bowling tournament, and he's literally...
There's another one. Yo, another strike.
The smallest of differences can make a big difference. Does it here? No, it doesn't.
Okay, bro, I'm telling you.
Yo, Kevin Hart, the comedian, is an amazing bowler.
Kevin Hart is absolutely incredible at bowling.
Wow.
And I had no clue. So this is the other clip I want to play you right now. So do you know what a 7-10 split is?
No.
Okay, so in bowling, right?
Yeah.
You got 10 pins.
Sure.
And then when you bowl a 7-10 split, it's when you knock down all the pins except for the 2 in the back corners.
Oh, the worst.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
those are the worst.
that is the most dreadful spare that anybody could ever be asked to pick up, which is the 7-10 split.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in the world of bowling, televised bowling, professional bowling, only 3 people have ever picked up a 7-10 split on television before.
Okay.
Until this week, when a kid named Anthony Newer did it, and you have to listen to the commentary when this kid picks up a 7-10 split.
7-10, come on, man.
Again, the look back. So
that's what I mean. I don't know why that rewrite.
This guy's got American flags all over his shirt, too.
He is the most American.
USA,
right
USA.
Face leaving the 7-10. The 7-10 only been made on television 3 times in the history of professional bowling on TV.
Come on, kid, do it.
Oh! He got the 7-10, Andy! He did it!
Listen to this guy go off.
My goodness, the Ginger Assassin just dropped the 7-10. You bet, kid. You bet. Oh, man. Give me some oxygen and water to spare the game. Brought to you by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will. I believe the Ginger Assassin can drop the 7-10. Oh, man.
It actually came off of the bowling ball into the 7.
Wow. The Ginger Assassin.
Yeah, the guy's name is Anthony Newer. He became the 4th player in PBA Tour history. PBA is the thing to convert the 7-10 split on television. Anthony Newer, a.k.a. the Ginger Assassin.
Also, Kevin Hart. Who knew?
Right.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
What a day, huh? So far, I'm exhausted already.
What? It's still so early in the day, though.
I know. I don't know what I was doing with my sleep last night, but...
Were you tossing and turning, too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Were you dreaming?
No.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember dreams.
Hmm.
And if I did, I certainly wouldn't tell anybody about them.
What time were you tossing and turning?
I don't know because, oh, God, I don't have a clock in the room anymore.
Oh. At all?
At all.
Not even like on your phone?
No, because it used to be the cable box, and then we had to switch out the cable box for like the new cable box, and the new cable box doesn't have a clock on it.
Yeah.
And then I bought a new clock, but there's nowhere to plug it in over. It's a whole deal. So anyway, I don't have a clock.
You
in
ran
my
out
room.
of plugs?
Yeah, I ran out of plugs.
How many things do you have plugged in the bedroom?
I just know it's not that. I have things that I can't move that are plugged into the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like it's a whole thing.
You need a power bar.
I know what a power bar is. Don't try and introduce me to a power bar, man. Okay.
Or an extension cord.
I'm not running extension cords across my bedroom.
Just
you
need a
okay?
clock.
Please, I don't know what living with Jenna is like, but my house, that's a no-go. If I said, babes, all I got to do is just run this big giant orange extension cord.
It wouldn't work in our house.
Okay.
No, that's why.
Okay.
Let me introduce you to the power bar.
Yeah, no. I don't know what was going on. I was just tossing and turning all night, and I just couldn't get comfortable. And
same.
I don't know.
That's why I was asking
huh?
what time, because I remember I woke up. It was like 1:30.
Yeah.
I looked at the clock. and
Why
I was
were you
like,
tossing and turning last night?
I have no idea.
No.
None
I woke up.
whatsoever.
No, my mattress is good, more. Don't you worry. I woke up sweating, like
Really?
sweating.
No, I didn't wake up sweating at all.
And I went to bed freezing. Like the room was so cold last night, and then I woke up at some point just like dripping with sweat.
How do you feel now?
I feel fine.
How's your throat?
My throat?
Yeah.
Why? My throat's fine.
Well, you went to bed freezing. You woke up sweating.
No. I went to bed freezing because the room was cold.
Oh,
I didn't have don't try and push me into some sort of like.
No, I don't know. I want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Okay.
I just didn't have a good night's sleep. How come just okay? Anyway.
You have to get tested, right?
For God's sake, I don't have COVID.
I
had a lousy night's sleep.
The reason why I was asking what time you were tossing and turning.
Yes.
Because I wanted to see if it would sync up.
Oh, if it was with you when you tossed and turned.
Because maybe, our connection.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yes.
You should get an electric blanket that you plug in.
No, I hate those things.
Oh, I love electric blankets so much.
No, do you really?
Yeah, my mom had one when we were younger.
Yeah.
My mom had one. Oh, so cozy.
The other thing Mocha introduced us to that's amazing, the weighted blanket.
No, can't do that either.
Oh, love my weighted blanket.
Because I always have an ingrown toenail somewhere down there.
Yeah.
And the weight just hurts.
No, but it's not on your feet. You put it on your chest.
Oh, God, no, I could
No,
never
we
do
have
that.
like a full blanket. Hold on. Do you have the weighted blanket where it only covers like part of your body?
What are you using, like a heavy mat?
Mine just sort of goes
Like the
across-
x-ray mat when you go to the dentist? You just lay it on your chest and your neck?
Mine doesn't go from top to bottom. Mine only you pick a spot.
Yeah, but you are radiation free now, though, right?
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
This is one of those days where we get to reveal a dream coming true.
Huh?
Hey, Maury, come on in here, my love.
A dream come true.
A dream come true. Yeah. Like, when you set goals?
Yeah.
Right? Like the unattainable goals in life.
Yeah.
Okay? You set those, and then most people don't get to feel what it's like to have those unattainable goals fulfilled.
Oh my God, are you single now, Maury? Are you?
Mocha.
Okay.
Okay. Just like.
Just kidding.
That's like the kind of comment you say under your breath, and then we all just carry on. You don't say that comment and then stare at the man in his face. Okay? It's not his turn at that point. Okay? We just all accept the comment and we move on. Okay? No. The dream was Maury, I don't know if you know this. Damn it, Maury has forever wanted to be recognized by the Instagram feed Hot Guys with Dogs.
Oh my God, I did not know this.
Okay. Some would argue, Maury, that is the one of the chief reasons that you actually got the dog.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
you knew
You can't make it on there without a dog.
Okay, so you knew obviously you knew of this account prior to getting Andy.
Yes. Not Mocha, Hot Guys with Husbands. Hot guys. Hot guys.
That's a different account.
Okay, Hot Guys with Dogs. No, the other account is Hot Guys with Coffee, but Maury refuses to take a shirt off for the picture because those are the only ones that they accept. But Hot Guys with Dogs, Maury, explain why you had wanted forever to be recognized by Hot Guys with Dogs.
Oh, because it is full of actual hot guys with dogs.
Right.
So if you make it on there, then not only are you seen, but they're telling you you're a hot guy with a dog.
They've recognized Maury as a hot guy with dogs.
Verified.
So Maury paid for one of those pictures at the Blue Jays game with the cardboard cutouts. Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So he has a screen grab of his cutout, and he's sitting there in a Jays shirt. And,
Front row.
And Andy Monroe, his dog, is on his lap, also wearing Jays gear.
Okay,
Right?
cute.
So Maury had that screen grab.
Yeah.
Posted it, tagged as he always does, Hot Guys with Dogs.
Okay.
They pick it up.
No.
So Maury is now validated by Hot Guys with Dogs. So this is Maury, what you're going to listen to right now, explaining to his husband, who is still very much in his life, Mocha, explaining to his husband that he is now verified by Hot Guys with Dogs.
Can I help you? You've been knocking for 5 minutes.
Can I come into the office?
Oh my God, no.
Did you see the thing I sent you on Instagram?
No, I haven't had time to go on Instagram. Some of us work during the day.
I sent to your DMs.
Okay. Did you slide into my DMs?
Yes. Guess who made it on Hot Dudes with Dogs?
Channing Tatum.
No, me.
Oh, what is this?
You.
Well, Andy and I at the Jays game.
Okay. We maybe need to do a little bit, a couple more push-ups or
Oh my gosh.
right, Andy? Maybe a couple more runs around the block? Were they desperate for content?
Oh no!
Well, aren't you going to screen grab it? You have one day until it's gone. This momentous moment.
One day? What do you mean? They didn't even put you in their main feed. Oh, God. I don't even know what's worse. Please tell me you didn't tag me.
What, you don't want people to know?
Oh, God, Maury. I have work to do.
Well, this hot dude and a dog are going to go elsewhere.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Did I put you on stories and not on the feed?
Yeah, it's gone now.
Oh, no! Damn it, Maury!
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow back in the day has his name being thrown around to be the new host of Jeopardy and probably has the most support of anyone whose name is in the conversation. Season 8 of his podcast, LeVar Burton Read, is out now. It's LeVar Burton reading stories, and it's like really, really nice. Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. LeVar Burton, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show.
How are you doing, man?
Well, I'm all right, brother. I'm all right.
Hey, how is your name not shortlisted? This is the question that a lot of people had when they started looking at people to step in and not even formally replace Alex Trebek, but sort of temporary when they were bringing in guest hosts. Did you ever figure out why your name wasn't included? Because people started petitioning for you very early on.
Yeah. We are looking into that.
Oh, you are? You're looking into it as in you're trying to figure out as well, like the rest of us, or you're looking into it as in you are having conversations with the folks at Jeopardy?
We are looking into that.
Oh, excuse me.
Hello, Burton.
And you had, how long had you been paying attention to this? Because I know you just tweeted out the petition to have you join everybody else on that show. But have you been paying attention to the push for you since the beginning, or did you catch on to this a little bit later?
I've been paying attention to the Jeopardy host spot for a long time. And then the petition started several months ago, and I just decided to retweet it the other day just to exercise my frustration. And it's been overwhelming. Just the love and the support. I feel like whether I get the gig or not, I've won because the people have spoken and they have really they've said it very clearly that they would love for me, as I would love to be the new host of Jeopardy.
Have you seen any of the guest hosts so far who you think would be a decent candidate?
I've seen them all.
Who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite? Katie.
Is there anybody who's not on that list? Because I know that you weren't on that list, and everybody's sort of rallying for you. But is there anybody in your head who hasn't also been included that you think would make a good host?
There is no room in my life to root for another.
Fair enough.
LeVar Burton's like, it's me and me only.
That's it. That's it.
The last time I think we talked to you was when the Kickstarter was going on for Reading Rainbow, and that turned into a whole thing where, first of all, it was like at the time I think the biggest Kickstarter that anybody had ever done for anything.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah. Then there was a lawsuit from WNED, and then I don't know what's going on with Reading Rainbow or what happened to all that money. But what's the status of that now? Because everybody was sort of looking forward to what you were going to be doing with Reading Rainbow next. What's the status on all that? Are you allowed?
Not really, but I can say that that my intention was fulfilled. The whole point of that Kickstarter was to raise money to translate what was a television show into a digital experience for kids. So we created the app. It was called initially the Reading Rainbow app, and then for reasons I'm not allowed to talk about,
sure.
It was then called the Skybrary, the LeVar Burton Kids Skybrary app. And so I'm sorry that some people kind of missed that, but we did what we intended to do. We used the prevailing technology of the day, just like we did on television, to encourage kids to read.
And are you like at it? Like, did you have to settle? Like, because I don't know what happened to the lawsuit, because it seemed like it was getting ugly. And I know a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, how can Reading Rainbow get like turned so ugly so quickly?"
The lawsuit went away.
It did.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So all the money that was raised from Kickstarter then went towards this new platform, the one that your name is attached to. Okay. All right. And what about, are you doing anything with Netflix? Do you have anything coming up that you're doing with the streaming service anytime soon?
I've sold a couple of shows during the pandemic times, and one of them is for Netflix.
Do you think you're going to get the Jeopardy call? I know you said you're working on it, but I got to go back to that because I'm just now looking at all the signatures on the petition and everything else.
How many this morning?
Well, hold on a second here. Let me refresh. Let me refresh.
LeVar's like, I haven't opened my laptop yet. I haven't checked the app just yet.
While you're looking, just let me say that the Kickstarter and Jeopardy, I think, have a lot in common, because these are people who have really no real reason to want to be emotionally invested in anything I do, and yet they are, and I am so grateful and appreciative. And I hope that the people at Sony Pictures Entertainment are paying attention.
You'll be happy to know that as of right now, there is 210,242, 43, 44,
Oh, wow.
45.
So while people are listening to this right now, they're
47,
going on to
49.
sign a position. David Moore, what would you like to say?
So if you do get the Jeopardy gig, will you, one of the biggest arguments of Jeopardy are some of the rules. Will you throw out the rule on spelling? Does spelling matter to you in Final Jeopardy?
Oh, interesting. You're talking about this is Mr. Reading Rainbow? You're going to ask him if spelling matters?
I don't think spelling should matter.
Spelling should always
Okay,
matter.
LeVar, what's your take on the spelling rules on Jeopardy?
If we are able to discern your intent, and that intent is the correct answer, then you get credit.
Oh, nice. Wow, LeVar Burton.
Okay,
Wow.
controversial.
Okay, now I will sign the petition.
Wow, I do not agree with that whatsoever.
I mean,
let me put my stamp on it. Do not agree at all.
I know you got the earring, but I didn't think you were this punk rock.
LeVar Burton, it's such a pleasure always catching up with you. Thank you very much for joining us on the Roz and Mocha Show today.
Thanks, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Maury's upset he missed Barbershop Quartet Day. What is it about Barbershop Quartet Day that you like more?
I love that it's. I love harmonizing or attempting to harmonize. And
You're the worst singer ever, though.
Yeah.
But when you mix me into a group, not so bad.
Excuse me.
Huh? Okay.
Just like pass you around? What does that even mean?
I'm not even going to ask.
Well, because this always lands on a weekend, right?
Okay.
So I thought this year, you know what? We have to do this.
Right. Okay, so what have you prepared here for? What do you want us to do, Maury?
So we have the lyrics to Savage.
Okay.
And I thought
Meg Thee Stallion?
Yeah. And I
Okay.
thought we could do this as a barbershop quartet.
Like a barbershop trio.
And see how it goes. We've
Okay.
done this before.
Because I was
It
just
a
going to
few
say,
years
a
ago.
quartet.
Yeah.
How many people are in a quartet, Maury?
Well, core, 4, because it rhymes.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Do you think it's barbershop quartet?
Like, isn't it? Like core,
Because
it sounds like 4.
like a barbershop quartet?
What about quartet?
Not hearing that, I don't understand the difference. Like, I don't know what he just said.
Okay, so I'm going to say it. I'll say it one way. Mocha's going to say it the other way. And
Okay.
you try and figure out what the difference is.
Okay.
Barbershop quartet.
Barbershop quartet.
Oh, like a Q and a C kind of situation.
Oh!
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So what do you know the difference, though?
No.
No, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you would like to do what? You want us to harmonize in a barbershop quartet kind of way?
What are your thoughts on this?
I have no thoughts on this.
Oh.
Okay. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to go along with it.
Okay. We've done this before.
Okay, so Maury, how do you want to start us off here? So you're going to start what, singing, and then Mocha and I have to harmonize with you?
You know how this works, right? Like, you know how
If you just say, I'm going to start singing, and then you guys harmonize with me, I swear to God, Maury.
How does it work, Maury?
Like, I sort of go like, I'm a savage, and you guys join in mid I'm, and then we do I'm a savage.
Okay.
Classy.
So is this the tune then that we're going with?
Yeah, that's how barbershop quartets do it.
Okay.
Is you-
Acapella style.
Acapella style, but deeper. yeah.
Aquapella?
Yo, we got to be in the water for
There's
this?
the cue.
Okay, here we go.
Right? Yeah.
We're going to do this acapella style. Let's go.
Okay.
Wait.
No, Mark. Okay. When I do a note, you harmonize it. You can't match my note.
Yeah.
Okay?
So I stay where it is.
You stay. Oh, I stay where it is. Okay. Okay, Maury, go
Give
ahead.
me your note, and then Roz, are you going higher or lower?
I'll go lower. I'll go lower. Okay.
And should I go match Maury or go higher?
Higher.
Higher? Okay, go.
I'm savage. Classy.
Bougie. Ratchet.
Sassy.
Sassy. Moody. Nasty. Acting. I think we're supposed to go faster than this,
Like,
guys.
to me, like, we're gonna hear you till next year.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you're supposed to speed it up. Pick up the pace, man.
At what point do you speed up?
Like,
I'm.
no, now you're just singing.
You're still singing as slow. Okay. I'm savage. Okay, that's where we want it to go. Okay. Ready?
Here we go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, and.
You can't even stay on beat, bro. I'm so glad that we missed Barbershop Quartet Day over the weekend.
Yes.
Singing acapella with you guys, it's like, no
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. I regret this already.
Hello, Deepa Prashad. Welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Hello. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Okay, Deepa is in charge of all of our DMs, so if you do DM us, Deepa will get it, and she will try and get through as many as she can on the show with us every day. What do you got, Deepa?
So I feel like you guys can give good advice on this one. So this question comes from Gabrielle. I'm picking up my golden retriever. What are some tips or things I should do to prepare?
Like a puppy?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. You got
Congratulations.
this is all you, Holmes.
Yeah.
First of all, you're going to definitely need a vacuum.
Oh.
Because you will be vacuuming every single day.
Really?
Oh,
Those
really?
Deepa,
Yeah.
my golden sheds so much.
Oh my gosh.
All over my clothes, all over the house. We literally vacuum every day, sometimes twice a day.
Really?
For the amount of hair that comes off the dog.
Can you not shave him down?
You could, but I feel like I don't want him to be cold. You know what I mean?
Or do you just like the way he
I
looks
know,
with-
but like, I don't know. Like, they have long hair for a reason, right? Their hair grows long for a reason.
Yeah, but
like, it's got to be able to
some
like
dogs
keep
are
them-
short-hair
keep them
dogs.
warm. I guess I've never looked into it.
Yeah.
We do get his hair cut like pre-COVID. Like he's a shaggy mess.
Yeah.
Right? Like Jenna actually learned how to cut his hair since the pandemic, and she's been doing an amazing job. But we used to every like 3 months we would book to have him get him a haircut. Yeah.
Shave him down.
But I would say, and every dog is different. Like we tried to crate train Tig, and that was not happening at all. Like from the day that we brought him home, we would put him in the crate and we set it up with like blankets, and we put like some of our clothes in there so he would know our scent if we weren't at home, and put a bunch of his toys in there and kept giving him treats to make it like real comfortable. And if there's one thing I could say is just like kind of monitor their behavior in that crate, because every single time we would close the door, this dog would freak out. Like,
oh, really?
yeah, and he would start scratching at the ground, try to dig his way out. And he, like, I'm telling you, like, it sounds funny, but it was
terrifying.
It was
terrifying.
the saddest thing
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Right? So what we ended up doing is, after like a week or so of trying him in the crate, we had to buy a baby gate. We put the baby gate at the entrance of the bathroom and gave him full run of the bathroom. And he just needed, for him at least, he needed extra space. And I would also say try different foods because not every dog takes to like every single kind of generic or all the brand name foods that are available. So monitor the food intake and how they react to it and make sure this worked for us when we brought our dog home. And we were in a condo, mind you. As soon as we brought him home, every day for like 2 weeks until he was like kind of trained, like home trained, we would take him out every 2 hours. Even in the middle of the night, we would wake up and take him out every 2 hours to pee or to do his business outside. Yeah.
Wow.
Until we knew that and then after a while, you can extend that 2 hours to like 3, 4, 5 hours. I think they say like for every month the dog is how long they should be able to go without having to like pee or
in hours. Really?
Yeah, in hours.
Well, there you go.
So there's a couple of things you
My
can do.
advice is to shave them.
No way in Burton Roz, shave your dog.
They're so cute though. Golden Retrievers are like the cutest dog.
Yeah.
And they're so loving.
Also
and they
cute
just want to
shaved.
be with
Also
you
cute shaved.
all the time. Oh,
Yeah.
enjoy that dog.
But you know,
Enjoy.
people always say, or I mean, maybe I always say this, if you're practicing for kids, get a dog first. Is that an accurate statement or are they two completely separate worlds?
I mean, I have had dogs before.
Yeah.
And I have a kid. It's not the same thing.
Oh.
It's
The people who
definitely
have
not
no
the same.
children say that.
Yes,
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the same. I've
It's
heard the
not-
exact
it's
same
not the
thing.
same
Yeah,
thing.
it's not.
No.
Well, glad we cleared that up for myself. The next comment comes from Tanya and Valentina. Hi, I just wanted to share even your youngest fans love listening to you. I was humming, and my 2.5-year-old said, Mama, stop singing. Want to hear Roz and Mocha?
Wow. Wow. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's a smart kid right
yeah.
there.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Love kids. Love kids.
This one, I love this one. Comment comes from Virginia. Very brave. Left her name. This is in reference to the new ad. Oh, those dad bods are looking good in those hazmat suits.
Hey, no. Listen.
What dad bod?
Oh, you guys are
Listen.
laughing at that. Am I the only one that's laughing? Mocha's face is so serious.
You never heard me say the words mom bod. You know what I mean? All right.
Fair
You know why?
enough.
You know why? Because that hurts.
Fair enough. Dad bod should
I've been
be
working on my
normalized.
fit. Like, it's tough.
It
You know?
is. It's COVID.
I'm trying. What's her name?
Also, do you know how hard?
Virginia.
Okay.
Virginia. I'm trying, Virginia.
Let me just say Virginia, okay? It's difficult for me. I am 6'4", nothing fits, let alone a onesie. Okay. Right? Okay. That thing was so Mocha's fit right. Like it looked, the proportions looked right, everything else.
Yeah.
Mine was cutting me in half between my legs all day.
no.
And then we had a dance and it's super tight. So no matter what I did, if I turned, it's all the things that are bad and bulgy on you were all the parts that stuck out the most. Right? So even going through the pictures of us, I'm looking at the pictures and I'm like, no joke. You can bleep this if you want. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. But there's even going through the pictures of us, I'm looking at pictures where I'm like, I don't mind that picture, except it is just fat gut and right? And that is, and I'm not even that big. I'm not even that big, but I just look like a fat baby in a onesie because nothing fit right. And then it cuts you in half down below. And I knew while I was standing there, it felt weird. And then you see the pictures and it's literally plums. Like that's all it is. So it was not an easy day.
Did you guys have a fitting for the outfits or did you
We did.
show up?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
Yeah, we had lots. But the problem is you can only do so much when something is one piece.
Right,
You
fair
can't
enough.
make it
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair
You
enough.
can't add more crotch without just cutting the crotch out of it altogether.
Fair.
I was
And
very
then I'm
happy with
that
the way
guy
I
again.
looked.
Well, listen, we weren't supposed to look great. It was supposed to be fun, right? We weren't wearing like,
And it was fun.
and it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
And you looked fun.
Yes.
All right,
I
one
feel
more.
like Virginia hit a nerve, so I'll just move on to the next one. This question comes from Anonymous. Hey guys, I was wondering if your sleep pattern has changed at all through COVID. Mine is completely messed up.
No.
Because since COVID hit, Roz and I have still been coming into the radio station to do the same show, same hours every single day.
Yeah.
So sleep pattern has not changed whatsoever.
No, nothing has.
DMs are wide open. You see what we get. So comment, question, anything that you want to say, get at us in the DMs and we'll do this every day.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Jenny, what's going on? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Here is a text that Jenny sent to us, Roz.
Okay.
The weather is getting nicer, and I had a random conversation with people about their least favorite flavor of ice cream. Surprisingly, most people said chocolate. But do you guys remember Tiger Tail ice cream? What was up with that flavor? Who even bought Tiger Tail?
Yeah, I do remember Tiger Tail.
I don't.
You don't?
What the hell is Tiger Tail
Yeah,
ice cream?
I do. Wasn't it orange?
Yes, orange and...
It was like orange and black swirls. Like it looked like tiger stripes, right? But I don't remember what the flavor was.
Do you know, Jenny?
Black licorice.
Oh, gross.
Keep it. Disgusting. What, did you used to eat that?
I had it before. I remember buying it because, like, otherwise, how would I remember the flavor? I remember my parents bought it for us before and thinking, like, this looks good. It looks fun. Tiger tail. And then you take a bite and you're like, oh, my God, these flavors just don't go together.
But it was black licorice and what?
Orange.
Orange.
Oh, an orange.
Yeah, an orange.
Ew, gross.
Yeah. I only remember
thanks.
this because growing up, there was only one place where we would ever go for ice cream. And it was like I don't even know, like the butcher shop maybe had ice cream in it on the side.
Yeah?
It was weird. Yeah, I don't remember exactly where we had to go get ice cream, but whenever we wanted ice cream, it was either you would have to wait outside for the Dickie D to come by. Do you remember those? You don't remember
ice cream truck?
No, not the ice cream truck. Dickie D was like a high school kid on a bike with a refrigerator on the front of it.
Oh,
and
yes,
they would, and they would drive around with the bells.
Sure, yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you would either have to wait for Dickie D to come by,
Yeah.
or you would have to go to, I think it was the butcher. And I remember because they only ever had like 4 flavors. They had chocolate,
Yeah.
vanilla,
Yeah.
tiger tail,
Yeah,
and
gross.
then it would cycle through like mint chip, or there was like a cherry one that was really awful too. It was like the worst deli / ice cream shop on
Yeah,
the face
doesn't
of the
sound
earth.
appealing at
It was
all.
awful.
But there is
And-
one worse than Tiger Tail.
and I remember that. I remember Tiger Tail because Tiger Tail never had one single scoop out of it ever. And
Yeah.
it just sat there in the big tub unused,
I wouldn't
taking
do
up
it.
valuable
I loved
space.
Tiger Tail.
You did, huh?
Yeah, I love. Although my favorite was Heavenly Hash, but I didn't
Now,
mind.
What's Heavenly Hash?
It's chocolate, and like chocolate chips.
No, it's
Okay,
not.
No,
That's
it's not. That's
what you're
chocolate
I think
chip.
it's chocolate chip. Yeah.
Hold on here.
Wait, but Jenny, so people that you talk to, their least favorite ice cream flavor is chocolate?
So it was chocolate, and then I said that my favorite was, one of my favorites is mint chocolate chip, and they're like, that's disgusting. I'm like, mint chocolate chip is disgusting? They're like, those flavors just don't go together.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
like, I don't even know what to say right now.
Jenny and Roz, you guys are made for each other because you both love mint chocolate chip.
Mint chocolate
Love
chip
it.
ice cream is the only ice cream I will ever eat if I eat ice cream, which is once every 5 years.
Good.
Mint chocolate chip is my jam. That is, to me, the perfect ice cream.
I do not like mint chocolate chip.
Really?
Yep. And I do not like any cherry flavored ice cream, especially if it's got
No.
like cherry bits in it. Blech.
Right.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
oh no,
No.
cherry's good.
Do not like those.
So here's Maury's. Maury, what did you say Heavenly Hash was?
chocolate, and like chocolate chips.
Okay, so it is chocolate ice cream with chocolate chips, marshmallow, and pieces of almond.
Gross.
That's why it's amazing.
That is disgusting.
The
And also
worst
not what
one,
you
though,
described.
The worst ice cream of all time, though, is Splamoni.
Splamoni.
Splamoni ice cream.
Excuse
This is
me.
the only ice cream you can get at the old spaghetti factory.
Splamoni.
And it's an Italian ice cream where it has like, do you know those, I guess, fruit little chunks that are in Christmas cake?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's in the ice cream. It's vanilla with Christmas cake chunks.
Ew, gross. No thanks. Keep it.
Also it has a disgusting name.
Splamoni.
But it looks like Neapolitan, right? Like it's a little bit of
What's Neapolitan again?
Neapolitan is the chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry ice cream that used to come in one tub.
Oh, right.
No, this is just vanilla with different colors.
I'm looking at pictures of it. Of every single picture of Splamoni has 3 different kinds of ice cream with the stuff in it.
I remember when my folks used to get the Neapolitan one.
Yeah.
There would always be that one block of strawberry that I would always leave because I didn't like it.
Did you ever get in trouble for eating all the chocolate first?
All the time.
Yeah, and you'd cut through it with a knife, with surgical precision.
I know.
Yeah, I know. It was always the best. My old man never ate ice cream, but he loved banana splits.
What did he do with the ice cream?
Yeah, no, he would eat it. He would only eat it with he would have a banana split, and then he was also really, really big into putting caramel sauce on things. Like hot caramel
Did he heat it
sauce.
up?
On,
Yo, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was a banana split. Banana splits are disgusting looking. There's too much going on there.
There's
Can
I just say
too much going
banana
on.
split? That's a meal. So your father ate a meal.
Right. That's like my brother. Whenever we went, I'd be like, give me just like a honey glazed donut. My brother was always I'll have a chocolate eclair. Right? And I'm like, that's too much.
At that point, you're just ordering dessert.
Thank you. That's too much.
I'm with your bro. though. I love love chocolate eclairs.
Really?
Yes,
That's too
absolutely.
much cream. It
No.
comes oozing out into your teeth and stuff like that. It's not good.
Do you drizzle anything on your ice cream?
I don't eat ice cream. No, and I would never drizzle anything on
I
ice
drizzle
cream.
grenadine.
Grenadine.
Bro, I swear, you're an 80-year-old nana.
You are.
Absolutely. Hey, Jenny, it was great talking to you. Always love talking ice cream. Thank you very much
right, thanks.
for reaching out to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, wait, real quick. Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Oh, it depends on the day. When I'm like feeling like I need to just like complain with someone, I love Roz. And then when I'm having a great day, I love Mocha.
That's awesome.
So the answer is me.
Thanks.
Love you, Jenny. Thanks.
Love you too.
All right. Yeah, bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Former Bachelor star Colton Underwood just finishing up an interview with Robin Roberts on Good Morning America. A lot of speculation going into this interview, what they were going to talk about, whether he was going to address the stalker charges laid against him by his ex-girlfriend. But then the conversation became maybe he's going to finally address the rumors of his sexuality. And so this is what went down this morning on Good Morning America.
Obviously, like, this year's been a lot for a lot of people, and it's probably made a lot of people look themselves in the mirror and figure out who they are and what they've been running from or what they've been putting off in their lives. And for me, I've ran from myself for a long time. I've hated myself for a long time, and I'm gay, and I came to terms with that earlier this year and have been processing it. And the next step in all of this was sort of letting people know. Still nervous, but yeah, it's been a journey for sure.
Through the nerves, I can see the joy.
So prior to him being on The Bachelor, remember the famous fence jump and all that stuff? And he was the virgin. That was like the ongoing storyline within it. Before that, he dated Olympian gymnast Allie Raceman. And he went through the whole cycle of The Bachelor.
Yeah. He was even on Paradise.
He was even on Paradise.
Who was it he hooked up with? Or not hooked up, but like, I think he fell in love with Tia or something like that.
Yeah, on the actual show, it was Cassie who made it to the end, but he did not propose, and then it was Cassie who accused him of stalking and harassment and everything else.
Yeah.
But this is Colton from that same interview today with Robin Roberts addressing Bachelor Nation.
So many people were cheering you on and wanting you to find love. And now they may feel that you misled the public and misled those women from that season.
Yep.
How do you address people who feel that way?
I would understand why they think that way. And I mean, I thought a lot about this too, of do I regret being the Bachelor, and do I regret handling it the way that I did? I do. I do think I could have handled it better. I'll say that. I just wish I wouldn't have dragged people into my own mess of figuring out who I was. I genuinely mean that. But I also, at the same time, but I can sit here and say I'm sorry to all of those women. I can also say thank you, because without them and without the Bachelor franchise, I don't know if this would have ever came out.
Colton also sharing a message for Cassie, the woman he jumped the fence for on The Bachelor.
I would like to say sorry for how things ended. I messed up. I made a lot of bad choices.
Were you in love with Cassie?
Yes. I mean, and that only made it harder and more confusing for me.
Wow.
Maury said you knew, right? How did you know?
He was following Channing Tatum.
What? Come over to your microphone. How did you know? Because this wasn't a surprise to you this morning.
He was following Channing Tatum on Instagram.
Oh.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
So Lil Nas X is at it again.
Again, another day. Another Lil Nas X story.
Every day. Every damn day.
If there's a way you can keep your name out there and keep promoting that song,
Yeah.
why not?
So he's back to being hanging out with kids again. Because they were his main sort of audience for Old Town Road.
Yeah.
And then he distanced himself and did the video and all that stuff. But he's back hanging out with kids. So there's a YouTube series called Arts and Raps. And it's hosted by these two kids, a girl named Zaria and a little kid named Dylan. And they sit around and they have conversations with people as they paint. The conversation happens while they're all painting.
Yeah, I love it.
And Lil Nas X was explaining to them what it means to come out of the closet. And
what does it mean to come out of the closet?
It means you're like, hey, everybody, I'm this thing, and you guys didn't even know that, but now you know.
Why are people in the closet in the first place?
Because, back to that thing I said earlier about what we think about what other people think about us. So once we tell somebody we're this thing or that thing, their mind shifts completely, and it doesn't matter how close you are to them or whatever.
I got a closet story. So me and my older cousin keeps pushing my brother into the closet, and we closed the door because we had a big walk-in closet. We closed the door and then blinked the lights on and off, and then say 666 or Bloody Mary, and then he swore he saw something.
That's exactly what happened to me. That's what I meant that's exactly what I meant when I said I was coming out of the closet. That's exactly what I meant.
Oh, that's so cute.
But he didn't. But I find it odd because I love Lil Nas X, and he is just one of the most unique entertainers that we've seen in a long time. He's like the most outsider of all outsiders. But he never said gay. I watched the whole clip, and he never said that he was gay. Right? Like he was explaining what coming out of the closet is.
Did he ever say it before?
No, because even in this clip, right, when she says, why were you in the closet? Go back and play the beginning of this.
I wonder, okay.
What does it mean to come out of the closet?
It means you're like, hey, everybody, I'm this thing, and you guys didn't even know that, but now you know.
Why are people in the closet in the first place?
Because, back to that thing I said earlier about what we think about what other people think about us. So once we tell somebody we're this thing or that thing, their mind shifts completely, and it doesn't matter how close you are to them.
Huh.
Right? It's interesting. Maury, come in here for a second.
So he never said.
No, and I watched, and I skimmed through the whole thing. I didn't watch everything, but he didn't say, he never said it, right? And I'm not blaming him. I mean, listen, I'm not saying he should have, not saying he shouldn't have. I'm just saying that
I thought he came out already.
You get the Bloody Mary story because
right.
I watched the whole thing, and her question was coming out of the closet, but I'm wondering if he then said gay, then he has to explain to these two kids what gay is.
They know what gay is.
I'm just
they weren't
speculating
5
as
or
to
3.
why.
They were like 11, 12 kind of
Maybe
years
he
old.
didn't feel comfortable saying it in front of children.
Right. I think that maybe he thought that you don't have to explain what coming out of the closet is.
Yes.
Right? It's just sort of
going to be the point that
assumed.
I was going to make.
Yeah.
He just automatically assumes when you say you're out of the closet,
Right.
everybody around,
But
we generally
you
all
can't assume,
know.
though, with children, though. But I think it was I'm uncomfortable talking about that in front of kids, but I'll talk about the act of coming out of the closet.
Right. And then you get that brilliant Bloody Mary story.
Yeah.
I got a closet story for you, Lil Nas X. You think your closet story's good? Wait till you hear my closet story.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
More changes are coming to Instagram, everybody. Yesterday, Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, tweeted this.
He tweeted something about Instagram?
Yeah.
Why didn't he put it on Instagram?
I don't know. So he tweeted this thread.
I'd fire that guy.
Explaining that the platform is, quote, testing a new option that lets you decide the experience that's best for you. Whether that's choosing not to see like counts on anyone else's posts, turning them off for your own posts, or keeping the original experience of kind of seeing everything.
Oh, that's dumb.
Instagram will now allow some users to choose the experience they want by opting to see likes on other posts, other people's posts, and turn off the like counts on their own posts. Now, this guy, the head of Instagram that tweeted this yesterday, which, as you mentioned, is pretty weird, make a Instagram announcement on Twitter, said that while they're testing this on Instagram, they're also exploring similar experiences over on Facebook. And if you remember, you look back in the past, I don't know, year and a half, Instagram has when it comes to the likes, what you see versus what others see have been changing.
I was one of the first people hit with not being able to see likes.
Yeah.
When they rolled that out, they rolled it out to a select few people. And I got, it has been, I don't even know, pre-COVID. like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to see likes. It changed my life, first of all, in no way.
Same.
Right? In no way. It does not bother me at all. I'm not even curious about it anymore.
Yeah.
Because you can still see how many people commented. Like, if that's your thing, you can still sort of you can still sort of judge a pictures or a post's popularity by how many people have commented on it.
Yeah.
But I do not in any way miss being able to see likes. I can
Drives
see
me
my
nuts.
own. You can always see your own. You can just
Yeah.
go in and it'll tell you. But seeing other people's, I have no interest in that. I have zero interest in that.
I just got changed over to the new way of doing things.
Yeah.
So if I want to see the likes on posts, I have to switch over to my dog's account, which hasn't been changed in order to...
You have to creep with your dog
Oh,
Andy Monroe's
no.
account in order to see people's likes?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you're the person that needs this.
Yeah. So
Sure,
you
I have it.
are
My dog, on the other hand.
No. You're the person that they should take all your ability to see everything away.
Yeah. So you are who Instagram are targeting with this message, saying that, you can now choose how you use Instagram and what you see, whether it's other people's likes, your likes.
I disagree with this, though.
Other people seeing your likes.
I don't think. See, if you give somebody the option, nobody's going to turn it off. You think Damon Morey's going to choose to turn it
Absolutely
off?
not.
No.
More, you're going to choose.
creep through my dog's account.
Yeah,
Right.
you are going to choose to have your own likes on.
Right.
To be able to see other people's
Right.
likes, and also the ability for other people to see how many people are liking your posts.
Do you use your dog's Instagram account the same way you use your own? Like when you're on Andy Monroe's Instagram account, do you DM hot dogs?
No, because Matthew also
don't-
has access to
You
it.
don't do that? You're not like, you don't find like one of those like weird dogs in a tux with a crazy owner and you don't slide in? No?
Sup?
Sup?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There is this 33-year-old woman in New Orleans who was checking on her investment account through her Bank of February, right?
Uh-huh.
Looking to see what funds are in there.
Yeah.
And found $1.2 million
Yes, she did.
in the account. Now, the bank was only supposed to deposit $82.
Right.
And accidentally gave her 1.2 mil. I don't know how that mistake happens, but the mistake happened.
Sure.
Guaranteed the bank is going to figure it out and rectify the situation, right?
Yeah.
So in that moment, you have a couple options. You could either call the bank and be like, yo, y'all, this is not my money. Do something because I don't want to get in trouble, right? Number two, you wait a couple of days and eventually the bank will figure it out and take that money back. Maybe send you an email, maybe give you a phone call. Hey, not sure if you checked your account. This was done by mistake, right?
Sure.
Or number three, start spending that money slowly. So this 33-year-old in New Orleans, after seeing that she had $1.2 million in her bank account, decided to transfer all of the money out of the account and bought herself a house and bought herself a Hyundai Genesis, a brand new car.
Girl.
The other thing about this story is that this girl, she works for the sheriff's department, so she knows right from wrong.
Of course.
And what's deemed a crime, what isn't.
Most people would know
Most
that.
people, right?
Yes.
But if you work for the sheriff's department, come on.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. You hold yourself to a higher standard.
Completely. So then the bank did figure it all out, and this 33-year-old woman from New Orleans was arrested for theft, bank fraud, and illegal transmission of monetary funds.
Yeah. Which is interesting, those charges.
Why?
Well,
I agree.
It just showed up. She didn't orchestrate it, right?
Right.
It wasn't.
But-
She didn't have a friend on the inside who hit enter.
But you
and
know
then
it was
they
a
were going,
mistake.
and then they were going halvesies on things.
No, I know. But you know.
Yeah.
In that moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know. Okay, fine. Maybe you transfer like a couple thou.
Right.
Right? And you start spending it.
Right. Right. That's like if you find a bag of cash on the street.
I'm not touching it.
No.
No, I'm not touching it at all.
No finders keepers, huh?
Nope.
No.
No. Because then I keep thinking back. You know what show always pops into my head whenever something weird like that happens?
Yeah.
Is on ABC. What would you do? With John Quinones.
Yeah, I know. You think you're going to be? You
Right?
think you're being filmed 100%? Yeah.
Because all of a sudden he jumps out from behind a car.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, how you doing, sir? My name's John Quinones from What Would You Do?"
Yeah.
And What were you going to do with that bag of money?
Yeah. And you're like, obviously the orphans. Right?
Duh, it's going to go to the shelter.
Yeah. You know.
Buy cans of soup.
I'm on my way to all the churches right now.
Yeah,
You want to come?
every single one of them.
Yeah.
You got the cameras, come film.
Yeah, I know, but people are so desperate.
I get it. Well, come on,
like,
man. $1.2 million?
Sure, yes. But you never think of the bank's money as somebody else's money. I think that there's always a line that people draw in these situations where it's not like if she got an email receipt and her name was, Daphne, and the email receipt said, hey, Daphne, but it was a completely different last name and it was obviously a mistake and it was somebody else's money.
Another Daphne's money.
Yeah, then you feel different. But people generally don't feel bad taking a bank's money, right? We've been conditioned from all heist movies. The speech that the guy running the job gives to somebody else, or when they walk into the bank with guns, this is not your money. This is insured. It's the bank's money.
Yeah, it's the evil empire.
Don't feel bad. Your
Sure.
money's still safe. This is just the bank's money. So we're conditioned to believe that. So when the bank's money winds up in your account, people are like finders keepers, man.
I don't think this lady thought
Hell
of that,
no, she's a
right
cop.
through. Right? She didn't think about all that.
No.
She was like, 1.2 mil. I better take this money now.
Transfer.
Do we have time
Thank you.
for me to tell you how I rip off the bank?
How do you rip off the bank? You can have all the time on the radio to tell everyone, including
We don't have time.
the bank,
Mocha says we don't have
how
we
you
have time.
How you rip off the bank?
Go ahead.
How do you rip off the bank?
So when I roll my coins,
oh God, here we go. Yeah.
It says how much is supposed to go on each thing. It says right on the side or whatever.
Yeah.
I sometimes put in a couple less quarters,
right?
Tape it up so they think that it's $2, but really it's $1.50.
Don't they put it in a counting machine though?
Yeah.
No, but when you deposit it, right? They bring it there.
Yeah.
It's already rolled up for you. They tally it up by reading what's on the side and give you the money.
So you're up what now? Like $6-7 over the years?
Over the years, I'd say probably $20.
Wow, look at you rebel.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
If you're an Apple nerd like me, then you have Tuesday marked in your calendar as the next big Apple event day.
Oh, what happens?
It's called Spring Loaded. And it's expected that Apple will be announcing new iPads, iPad Pros, new Macs, a new set of AirPods, and then
new AirPods?
Yeah, and then the long rumored AirTags.
What's an AirTag?
Which are trackers, little. I don't know if they'll be circles or not, like the little discs, right? That you can slip like into your bag, into your wallet. You can attach to your key ring. So if they go missing, then through your phone, you could track where these things are. I don't know if you've seen those. What's that brand? Tile. Have you seen those? I have one. Let me show you.
No.
I have it on my jacket.
Years ago, when I say years ago, I mean in the 90s, I got an argument with somebody because I was asking why there wasn't a technology where you could just put something in your kid's school bag that would just track them and you could just call it, "Where's my kid?" Right?
Sure.
And because I think there was a story where some kid went missing or something like that. And I remember arguing at the time, and it was unanimous. Every person I had this conversation with, and it was a frivolous conversation, something you would have over drinks.
Yeah.
And I remember every single conversation I had with anyone at the time, smart people, way smarter than me, everybody destroyed the idea as an absolute gross invasion of privacy, even if it comes at the benefit of finding a lost kid. That it was just such an insane, the idea was so incredibly insane as a gross invasion of privacy that you would be able to put something inside somebody's bag, let alone a child, where you'd be able to track their movements.
Yeah, and now you want to track everything.
And now we track everything.
Right? Like this. So this is the tile that I have, right? On my keys.
What does that do?
So it syncs to my phone. So if I lose my keys, then I can just go on the app on my phone and then see where my keys are.
Really, huh? How accurate is it? Like, can you do it if you lose your keys in your house?
Absolutely, yes.
Will it just tell you they're in the house,
Yeah,
or
and
will
then-
it tell you exactly where in the house they
the
are?
one that I have, it emits a sound.
Right.
Right? So I can hit it on the app, and then it'll start making noise. And once I get close,
Right.
then I know where it is.
See,
so like when I trap used to travel.
Yes.
Right? When I go to Vegas or whatever, I'd
Yeah.
keep one of these like in my bag.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
See, I need the opposite of that. Okay? I need something that I keep in my pocket that will tell me where my phone is instead of having my phone in my pocket to tell me where all my other things are. Because the thing that I lose more than anything is my phone.
You should get another phone.
Is that my solution?
Yeah. And
then two phones?
Yeah, and then
No.
they track each other.
No, they don't do that.
Yeah.
No way. No,
Problem
no
solved.
chance.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Mocha's birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you today? Do you want to say or no? You don't say. You
I'm still a
never
young
do.
guy.
Yeah.
Is there an appetite still? And I know the story comes out every couple of months, but or a few weeks. Is there still an appetite for this Friends reunion?
There was, I think, before COVID happened.
There was, right?
Yeah, there was. And then I think that the problem was that everybody started doing Zoom reunions for some incredibly classic shows and films.
And then they were doing like the live reads.
Yeah, and they would do them for charity or whatever it
amazing.
was. But we got spoiled during COVID with cast reunions, and it was really incredible. Like absolutely incredible. So I think that the desire for nostalgia was really ramped up during COVID, and you just wanted things that felt like home and you wanted things that felt comfortable. And when the Friends reunion was announced, there'd always been this desire to have a Friends reunion. But I think that people more wanted to see the characters back together as opposed to the actors back together. They wanted like a one-off, like do a movie or a 1 hour episode or something, just so we can see where all these characters are now. Because I think that that's what the desire actually was.
So much like the Fresh Prince reunion, it's just the cast of friends coming back together to talk about episodes, their characters, stuff like that, right?
There were amazing reunions over COVID, like incredible.
Yeah.
So was there a huge desire to see the cast of Friends get back together and maybe just sit around and talk about the show? Sure. Do I think that desire is anywhere close to what it was when 2 years ago or whatever it was when they first announced that this thing was going to happen?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
Yeah, I'm less interested now than I was when the news first broke because it's going to be on HBO Max. We know that.
Yeah.
They filmed it I think they wrapped up on Friday.
Right.
They filmed the entire reunion, but they still didn't release an
clips,
air
no
date.
nothing.
No
No,
clips,
no.
nothing, right? Like Matthew Perry put something out on social and then quickly deleted it. I guess somebody asked him not to put the news out there until they officially.
Matthew Perry tweeted and deleted?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. He put out, he was like in a makeup
on.
chair talking about getting the makeup done before meeting up with his quote unquote friends.
Right.
So they did the reunion. It's going to be with HBO Max, but they still haven't announced. Nobody said anything about anything.
What is that, Maury? What?
What?
Nobody can hear you. I don't know what you're doing with your hands right now.
Do you have news? You got news? What happened?
They filmed it in front of the original fountain, and there were bleachers set up for audience, but they say that those were paid people that were there.
Because you have to pay people for COVID regulations, right?
And they used the original set, too.
So hold on here. So they shot it. So the fountain is a set. It's not like in a real park, right?
No, it's a prop.
Yeah. Huh. So they filmed it there, and then there was a studio audience, and everybody signed NDA, so we're not going to get any spoilers from it. I don't even know what you could possibly spoil from a Friends reunion. I'm looking here. I don't see an air date. Do you know what the air date is more?
No,
on
it
this?
says it'll be in a couple of
They haven't
months
even
or
announced it,
something.
right?
No, they haven't announced it yet.
Super weird.
So like they keep releasing news on this Friends reunion every couple of weeks, but then we still have no air date, which again makes this reunion less special.
And there is no way that this is even going to come close to satiating what fans actually would have wanted. There's no way.
Unless
There's
it turns
no
out
way.
that it's exactly what we want and they were not telling us all along.
What, that they shot an episode?
Right?
Hell
No,
no.
absolutely
HBO
not.
could never afford that.
Yeah,
They
way.
would never be able to
I don't
afford
think so.
what that took.
So,
no chance.
All we know is that it's going to be on HBO Max. They filmed the reunion. We just have no air date.
But they
just
used the
yet.
fountain.
And they
But
filmed
they
in front
did,
of
yes,
the
sure,
fountain.
they used the fountain.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
HBO Max is developing a new reality competition show, Roz. Tell me if you'd be interested in watching this. It's called the real Magic Mike.
Excuse me.
And it will feature 10 men who have, quote, lost their magic.
So is this like Queer Eye for the half-naked guy?
I think so.
Yeah?
Here's what the description reads. They will bare their souls and more as they evolve their bodies, learn to perform spectacular routines, and develop a new level of self-confidence.
Excuse me.
As they strip. They'll rid themselves of emotional baggage and regain their mojo.
Maury, is this something you watch with Matthew or you watch alone? Alone, Maury says. Interesting.
So they're competing for a cash prize, but then to also appear in the Vegas Magic Mike show.
Yeah, because the Magic Mike show is a real thing, right?
Yeah,
like
it
it's an
absolutely
actual like strip review show,
Channing
right?
Tatum has shown up.
Right.
And Channing Tatum, I believe, is going to be producing this HBO Max reality show.
Really,
as well.
huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, Maury, so you're obviously interested in this.
Like, you don't even have to be single to enter.
Right. Well, excuse me.
We're talking about watching
Hold
it, bro.
on. But you would you do this?
Oh, yeah.
There's no
I don't think I'd
way.
win, but it'd be fun to.
But this isn't about like it's not about the way I understand it, the way that you just described this, Mocha, was this isn't so much like great hard bodies of North America.
That's how I read it.
This is more along the lines of people who have lost confidence.
Completely,
People
yeah.
who are at a point in their lives of where maybe they don't feel their best. People who are like it's about the whole person.
But they're still hot.
As opposed to the six-pack, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I imagine that they'll train you up. Like if you showed up looking like you, right?
Yeah.
I imagine that they would run you through like a Biggest Loser type
So, yeah,
thing.
I was just going to say, it's like The Biggest Loser.
But only you have to like do it oiled, I imagine, right?
I don't know about for like every single day.
But they would also
Maybe.
teach you, I'm sure, how to do the dance moves and whatnot.
Right.
yes, that's part of it, for sure.
Choreography is part of it. I'm
Which
sure
we've
diet
all tried
is part
watching
of it.
the movie.
We have
wonder if
not
you
all tried
have
watching
to,
the movies.
I wonder if you have to live in the same house, like if it's one of those situations.
Yes.
Like if you're all in the same house as part of the process.
It's too much oil. You would never be able to open a door in that house. Everything would just be like, everything would be covered in oil. You would wake up in the morning and sit on the toilet and slide right off. Like
Now, do you
there's so
think-
much oil.
Yeah,
you
but
think
also
part of
there'd be
this-
Speedos hanging everywhere.
Everywhere.
Do you think part of this they actually teach you how to properly oil?
Oh.
Like, is there a proper way?
I
Like,
thought
where
there
do
was
you
an
start?
oil person.
You hope that there's an oil person, Maury. Don't say I thought. Don't say
assumed.
no.
Like, do they
no,
teach you? You
no.
think? Like proper, what is the right way? Where on your body?
Where to
you
start? Which
do you start,
way?
Do you go from
with
top
the grain
to
or
bottom?
against the grain?
Right.
kind of
Do you go from
thing?
top to bottom, or do you go from bottom to top?
Where have you guys been? Anyone that does these strip shows never oils themselves.
Excuse me. Where have we been?
I don't know.
Not stripping.
Yeah, at home with our families.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Have you ever heard of Molly Yeah?
No.
She's got a show on the Food Network called Girl Meets Farm.
Okay.
And there's a video that's going viral right now from her show.
All right.
I'm going to play you the clip in a second. But people are freaking out, okay? Her bio, because you don't know who she is, it says here, Molly makes dishes inspired by her Jewish and Chinese heritage that are not only delicious, but also beautiful to look at.
Okay.
With her fresh and tasty ideas, Molly brings multicultural Midwestern inspiration and fun to kitchens across America.
Matzah fried rice.
There you go.
Right? I'm down.
Some of the Twitter reaction, I'm going to read to you first, and then I'm going to play you a clip from the show.
Okay.
Food Network is just trolling us at this point, right? Reads one tweet. Another one said, the upsetting part is that I love Molly Yeah in concept, but this recipe is unforgivable to the point of trolling.
Oh, wow.
Another Twitter user wrote, people should really not post videos of their crimes on social media. Another one said, she's been stuck in the pandemic too long.
Oh, no.
Another tweet said,
Oh,
serious
no.
question. Does she deserve a COVID vaccine after this?
Oh, wow.
Molly Yeah from the Food Network. The viral video is of her making what she calls crunchy snap pea popcorn salad.
Whenever I make this salad, I have to make extra popcorn so I can snack on it while I'm cooking. I love that cheesy seasoning. The texture of the popcorn in this salad is so weirdly good. I just can't get enough of it. This is nice and combined. I'll dump this into my serving bowl. I'll just pile it in. And then to finish it, I'll top it with my reserved celery leaves and a pile of watercress. The watercress will add a peppery kick and just a beautiful pop of green on top. I'll chop off the stems. I'll pile on the full leaves and then my celery leaves.
Hold on.
See, it looks like you're gonna get a salad, but you look underneath and you see a pile of popcorn.
Hold on.
And this is a salad that you eat with a spoon. That is like crunch on crunch on crunch. And I love the white cheddar powder in there.
Okay. The ingredients for this popcorn salad. Okay?
Yeah.
So you got popcorn, peas, carrots, shallots, watercress, celery leaves as well. The salad dressing is mayo, sour cream, cider vinegar, sugar, and Dijon mustard. Mix all together in one bowl, and you eat it with a spoon.
With watercress on top. So it's popcorn and watercress.
Correct.
Dijon-y popcorn watercress, right?
Yeah.
That's weird, man.
And that's why people are going in. And people are not happy. They love her. They can't get behind the concept of mixing popcorn with your salad and then having to eat it with a spoon.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, but it does feel like trolling a little, huh?
Just a tad.
Because that's not a thing, right? Like, that's not a thing. That's a made-up thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
that's
you were
not
a
an
little
actual
bored and you
thing.
were like, I'm going to try something. I'm going to experiment, do something new. I got this show on
Right.
Food Network. Let me see what kind of reaction I would get.
Yeah, this is like what you think of when you're alone on peyote in the desert. Right? like, this is what high people think of.
I'll leave you with this last tweet that
Okay.
somebody in response to Molly's crunchy snap pea popcorn salad. If you ever looked at the popcorn salad and thought, that looks good, then I never want to hear you talk about being worried about what's in the COVID vaccine.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
They postponed the Junos. That's happening again.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know.
Till when? Postponed till when? Like next
I
year?
guess it was supposed to be May, and now it's June.
Oh, okay.
Something
By
like
a
that.
month. Why, are they hoping that more people are going to get vaccinated so they can do an actual event?
God, I don't know. It's not going to happen, right? Like, they're not going to have enough.
Like, why a month?
I don't know. Because I think maybe they want to just make sure that we're not in full lockdown, and they're kind of throwing money down on the fact that things may be a bit better in June than they would be in May.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't. It's beyond me.
Apparently, the country has all these vaccines, but at the same time are closing down clinics because there aren't enough vaccines.
Right.
So I don't know what's happening anymore. All right.
I know that what are they doing? Are they fencing up the cherry blossom trees in High Park? Is that what they're doing? Like,
Yeah,
you're
so
allowed in High Park, but you
Correct.
can't
High Park is
for
staying
God's
open.
sake.
But they are putting fences around so people don't get too close. People are still going to go.
Oh, God.
And they said that they're going to set up a webcam if you want to enjoy it.
Like it's a baby giraffe or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to sit there and watch cherry blossoms on web. There's
You know
cherry
they
blossom trees all over this city. Like,
I've been seeing pictures out of Vancouver.
Yeah.
The cherry blossoms out there.
Yeah.
No diss to the cherry blossoms in Toronto.
Right.
But the ones in Vancouver are amazing.
Really, huh?
Like a little bit better than the Toronto one.
I would not have an opinion on that. You could show me 2 cherry blossom trees, and I'd be like, yeah, cool.
I don't know. Maybe
How long did
it's
it take
just-
you to form an opinion? Like, you saw a picture of a cherry blossom tree from Vancouver?
No, pictures.
Pictures.
Because I saw one, and then I was like,
And you were like,
let me see what these cherry blossoms
wow,
in
these are
Van
better
City
than
are.
ours?
Yeah. So I started looking at other photos, right? From all these people in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Like professional photographers and just regular amateurs, right?
Right.
Just regular people with their
Right,
phones.
Right.
And I don't know if the cherry blossoms in the West Coast are different from the East, but they look way better, the ones in Vancouver.
Yeah?
Like, I'd watch a live stream
Cool.
if they had that.
Yeah?
I'm not
Cool.
going to watch the jabroni-looking ones in
Cool.
Toronto now.
Cool. We'll lay off, first of all. Okay, don't be so rude about it. They don't get nearly as much snow as we do, okay? Their growing
just
season's
saying.
much longer.
I don't know. Maybe the soil's
They're already
different.
in bloom.
Or
No,
the soil is
listen, just shush your mouth. Why you got to be so rude?
Don't get me wrong. The ones in Toronto, gorgeous,
Yeah.
beautiful. The ones in Vancouver, level
Anyway.
up.
So I also think that they're going to let us drink in parks again this summer, but only I fear
not.
going to a park. I fear going to a park.
Yeah, because as soon as you slip your mask down, you're going to have
I'm going to get a picture taken of me.
a bunch of folks. Yeah,
Exactly.
look at this guy.
Exactly.
How dare you?
Right?
Enjoy your beverage in the
Yeah,
sunshine.
I'm terrified. You know what Catherine and Roxy have started doing? Because it's spring break right now,
Yeah.
right? And you can't do anything, right? Like you cannot do anything. So they jumped in the car yesterday and put a blindfold on Rox.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay. And they had an hour time limit.
Jeez.
And Catherine just put her foot on the gas. And for 45 minutes, Roxy just said left, right. And whenever Catherine hit her first left or her first right, she had to take it. And then when they took the blindfold off, they figured out where in the city they were. And then they went for snacks at like the closest place they could find, which apparently was one of the best ice cream places in the city, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's where we've got.
That's what we got.
Because we can't go anywhere.
Can't go anywhere.
Everything's in lockdown.
Yep.
Can't even go to a park.
Nope. So now you're driving
So now
blindfolded.
you're blindfolding
Yeah,
your kid.
yeah.
Saying left, right, left, right. Oh, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. Our DM is where all the weird lives.
Man, I love this segment on the Roz and Mocha Show. We are getting into the DMs. These are the comments, the questions, the things that you have to say all up in our DMs. Deepa Prashad is here, who is in charge of our DMs.
Yes.
And the look of shock on your face sometimes when you're reading these.
Or
entertaining.
The responses that I get sometimes is what's most shocking.
True.
Specifically from Roz and his hygiene routine, which is just sorry.
Stop it.
Okay.
What do you got today?
The first comment comes from Anonymous. Driving my two kids, Robert and Madison, 5 and 7, both say, Roz, you have a cool, deep ninja voice. They just wanted you to know.
Ninja.
Oh, that's super
Ninja.
cute.
I like that.
Have you heard that before? Ninja voice?
I've heard ninja everything, Deepa.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Not because I'm fast at certain things. Okay. All right.
Never know he was there.
Yeah. Next question. Next question.
Okay, this question comes from Leslie. Do women still wear thongs anymore? Just curious. It was wash time and I found one in the back of my drawer and it feels like I'm being assaulted. So just curious to know if thongs are still a thing. I love how she's asking both of
Do
you.
women sell thongs anymore?
No, still wear
Oh,
thongs.
still wear
Still
thongs.
wear
I
thongs.
assume
Yeah.
so.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love how you guys are apparently the experts on this
What's the
subject.
answer, Deepa?
I don't know.
I live with a woman. 2, I have Instagram.
Oh, true. Oh, what is on your Instagram
Nothing.
feed,
You just
Roz?
see it. You don't even have to. Like regular people take pictures of themselves in thongs. I will say in my house, I can only speak for Catherine, and I can only speak out of turn here because she's not here to comment on her own underpants. But I would say that Catherine is generally 100% still thong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, yeah.
Sometimes they're so small, it looked like I thought it was rolled up in such a tiny little ball because it had just come out of the dryer, and it was wrapped up in such a tiny little ball. I thought the cat threw up on the bed.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, it looked like a hairball.
I thought you were going to say you thought it was like a tissue or something.
No, it looked like a hairball, like it was black, right? And I went to pick it up with toilet paper, and then I realized, that it was panties. And as soon as I had it in my hand in the toilet paper, the first thing I did was immediately looked over my shoulder because had Catherine walked into the room, well, I had a pair of her underpants in my hand, holding it with toilet paper, it would have been over for us.
Yeah, completely.
Right? Yeah. No, so definitely tiny little
Jenna
underpants.
still has her thongs.
Yeah. Okay, next question is from Anonymous. Hey guys, what's your personal phone number? I would love to request a song.
416-870-8888. There you go.
Who asked that?
Anonymous.
Everyone's always anonymous. Like, don't be afraid to use your name.
Yeah, if you used your name, you probably could have gotten their real phone numbers.
Here, try this one. 416-312. What, Maury? Oh, that's Maury's number. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Do you remember when that one time I gave out
I know,
Maury's number
you did.
except for
You
one
did?
number? No, I gave out his phone number with except for one number, and it took people like 10 minutes because at first nothing happened on his phone.
Yeah.
But then people were just going through trying to figure out which one it was by just like process of elimination.
they
And
get
then
it?
and Maury got how long? Maury got still.
Are you serious?
Yeah, still he gets text messages and random calls from people.
Oh
yeah,
my
because in my head I was like, I didn't give out your number, and then I was like, oh yeah, right. Like there's only like it's one of 9.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, you didn't leave much up to like investigate about that.
No, I felt bad for that for a really long time. A really
I
long
think Maury
time.
should just change his phone number, probably.
Yeah.
What else
Anyway,
we got?
Yeah. go ahead.
Okay, so this question comes from Casey. Damn it, Maury, constantly talking about popcorn has me waiting and wondering on one of life's greatest mysteries. Is one kernel of corn, like a cob, the same healthiness as a piece of popcorn? And why is one considered a snack and one is a side dish?
I think it's just the
'cause
way.
one is fried in oil.
Yeah. It's the way each one of them are prepared.
Right? It's like it's a difference between like a potato and a chip.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, fair enough.
You can bake a potato.
Yeah.
And it's gonna have whatever a potato has, but you could eat a potato chip and it's a much different thing.
It is.
Right? So yeah, but I love popcorn.
What about, do you guys like eating corn off the cob?
Yes, I do.
Love.
What do you mean you miss it? Why
I
don't you
can't
just
do
make
it
corn?
anymore
Why?
because I had braces and I have like a permanent retainer behind my teeth.
Yeah.
It's literally just a wire. If I eat anything hard, like off the cob or like bite into an apple, my retainer can rip off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was because
So-
like stuff gets stuck.
It can
in
get
there
stuck as
behind.
well, but it's still hard to eat with it. So I can't explain.
No more
what
corn on the
other-
cob.
What other foods are you not able to eat because of your retainer?
Like apples, I can't bite into anymore. I literally have to cut it up into
Really?
small pieces. Corn on
Yeah.
the cob, I can't do anymore.
Yo,
Anything.
you should get.
You're
hold
like
on.
you're like a baby now.
Yeah, I'm like a
You
little
should
baby.
get. We ordered one of these on Amazon. You know I love gadgets, right?
Yeah.
We ordered one of these on Amazon. I think it's actually supposed to show up this week. But it is like a corn a peeler, like a cob peeler. So
Oh.
once you cook the corn,
Yeah.
you put it on one end of the cob and you just like slice it right down.
What's
and
the
it takes,
point of that?
And it takes the corn like clean off of the
Ooh.
cob. Yeah.
What is it
Point
called?
of that?
Well, it's for people like me who can't eat it off the cob. So
But then just buy
thank
a
you for
can of
creating
corn.
it.
Just buy a can of corn.
I guess.
But it's not the same when you like roast it and then you like shave it off the cob. It's a
Yeah.
different
True.
experience.
I like it. I do. I really love corn on the cob. I like that Mexican street corn where you just like douse it in like
Oh, in butter and spices?
crumbled
Oh, yes.
cheese and white sour creamy dill, not dill, like cucumber sort of
Yep.
drizzle on it and hot sauce.
And certain parts of it are a little bit burny.
Yeah. I'll just take corn on the
Mm.
cob and just stick it right over the gas burner.
Now I'm hungry
Black it up.
and sad because I can't eat corn.
Oh yeah, sorry, Deepa. Sorry.
These are the kind of questions and comments we get in the DM. So feel free to find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere you can find the Roz and Mocha Show and get into our DMs, and we'll go through them. And Deepa will read them with us every single day.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Taylor Swift was on Stephen Colbert last night, and everybody's trying to look for clues because Taylor loves dropping clues to her fans about what's coming next. And fans are now convinced that 1989 will be the next re-record that Taylor drops. And they also claim that based on this interview clip that they've figured out the date. So here is Taylor Swift and Stephen Colbert talking about the track Hey Stephen and how it's not written about Stephen Colbert. And then I will come back and I will tell you all the things that we did not hear that hardcore Swift fans did.
Oh.
Hey Stephen is not about you any more than my album 1989 is about that year you spent waiting tables on the lunch shift at Scusi, an Italian restaurant in the River North area of Chicago that, by the way, serves a really incredible slice of pizza.
How do you even know that?
Please, anybody who frequently checks your Wikipedia page would know that.
How often are you checking my Wikipedia page?
You need to calm down, which, by the way, is also not a song about you. You know, if I was going to write a song about you, I would just be like, I mean, it's too obvious to call it Hey Stephen. You would call it something more detailed, right? Songwriting is all about the details. So you go, hey, Steven, I love you on the TV and all the stuff you did on The Daily Show. And that time you were on Law and Order, you're 5'11", your middle name's Tyrone. Social Security number is 33035.
Taylor, stop. Do not say my Social Security number. No matter how much you insist that Hey Steven isn't about me, I keep getting the strong feeling that it is.
That seems like a you thing for you to sort of process. But the thing about that feeling that I think that maybe you should address within yourself, I think it's something that you should process and then take the feeling that you're feeling.
Yes, my valid feeling.
And just shake it off.
Okay. So,
wow.
Yeah.
A lot of song references
Okay,
there.
a lot of references in there. So here's what one fan tweeted. Taylor made several references to 1989. Shake It Off was referenced.
Yeah.
She also said that Stephen Colbert's social security number was 33035. 3 plus 3 plus 0 plus 3 plus 5 equals 14. They say that means May 14th, which is also a Friday. Then she mentioned You Need to Calm Down, which is track 14 on Lover, the first single off 1989. Taylor's version may come out May 14th. Need to Calm Down, Shake It Off, and Hey Steven are the mentioned tracks on the album. 1989 equals the fifth album. You Need to Calm Down equals the 14th track. Shake It Off equals the sixth track. Hey Steven is the fourth track, connecting the theory that the last album announcement came out April 8th, when they got the date for that, meaning that all these hidden Easter eggs in this interview clearly state that the new album is going to drop on May 14th.
Yo, math genius.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
I would never be able to figure all that out.
Okay.
Like, how much time do you think that one person spent on that theory?
I honestly, not that much. I think that they know what to look for, and then they just start doing math until it fits something for them, until they find some sort of connection.
Right.
Right? The hard part would be Taylor Swift coming up with the puzzle. Right? Solving the puzzle isn't the hard part,
So
as you
did Taylor
know.
Swift then come up with this puzzle with Stephen Colbert?
Probably, yes. Why
Unsaid.
not? Why would Stephen Colbert not want that on his show?
Oh, yeah, no, of
course he would.
Yeah.
Right? If she was like, hey, I'm going to do this whole rap about you and working at the pizza joint in 1989 and Hey, Steven, but I'm just going to drop Easter egg after Easter egg, clue after clue, and then my fans are going to be obsessing about this interview.
Because Taylor Swift has really embraced the Easter egg.
Yes.
With her fans, right?
So, yes. So, anyway, so that's what fans are saying now, that 1989 is going to be the next Taylor version, and fans are convinced that will come out May 14th.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is... Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Mary. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing great. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
What is on your mind? What's going on, girl?
Hey, I don't know how to let go of having extremely high expectations for myself.
So you wrote, it says, Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. You have extremely high expectations, and you put it all on yourself. And you want to know how to not let other people's opinions get the best of you. You say, I set quite high expectations for myself, and when I fail to meet them, I'm very hard on myself. I could also use some tips for how to keep a good headspace when those expectations are failed.
So is this more than, I guess, what other people are saying, and then you get into your own head? Or do you have like goals or things that you want to get accomplished and you still get into your own head without people saying anything?
I have goals that I want to accomplish that, like, no one says anything. I just get in my own head about it.
How much time are you spending? Like, give us the split here, okay? Because when it comes to setting goals and putting these incredibly high expectations on yourself, how much time are you spending trying to crush those expectations compared to how much time you spend preparing to crush those expectations?
Well, I've been, I guess, preparing. Like, I've been trying to do these things for like 10 years or so, but so I've just been kind of keep on going. But
So are the expectations that you put on yourself higher than the expectations you feel other people put on you?
Oh, absolutely.
Why? Why do you feel that you need to exceed what's expected of you in any way?
I just feel like I need to be like the best, or I need to be better, or just like keep going. You know, I don't want to fall short of anything.
But where does that come from, though? Your parents?
No, definitely myself. I
Oh.
guess my parents a bit.
So, Mary, can you talk about what is it? Like, can you give us an example of, so you said like the past 10 years now. Is it work stuff?
Yeah, so currently I'm not in any type of school, so I've kind of tried to pursue my equestrian careers, so with horses and everything. And so like that's quite a big goal, and kind of there's not really an end goal to it, but I guess just having these expectations on myself to be better and to be the best and to go as far as I can with it could be a lot, and having the pressure of then my parents and everyone's kind of thinking, oh, she's not in school, she's not doing anything with her life, that kind of stuff.
So how many people succeed in that world?
I would say quite a few. It depends on what you define as success.
How do you define success?
Great question.
So you have all these
Not
expectations.
sure.
You have all these expectations on yourself, okay? And you put so much pressure on yourself, and you want to win, and you want to get to the top, and you want to be successful, and you want all this, but you have no idea even how you define success.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, that's a problem.
That's something you got to figure out.
You feel that you're working towards something, but you don't even know what you're working towards.
And if you're going to continue to live that way, how are you ever going to be satisfied?
Right.
And you don't even necessarily have to be satisfied, but you keep saying that you put these high expectations on yourself, and what it sounds like to me is you don't even really have a goal in mind. So that's why I asked you at the beginning of this, how much time are you spending executing the expectations, and how much time are you using preparing for the expectations or preparing to win? Because if you were preparing, you would have a goal in mind. You would have a definitive idea of what success looks like to you. And you're working so hard right now, and you're killing yourself, and you're putting the expectations on you way above what other people are putting on you, but you don't even know why.
Yeah, I've tried to kind of let go of like an end goal, because like sometimes I feel like that is so unattainable. Like let's say to go to the Olympics or something, like how many people go? Do you know what I mean? So I've tried to set like smaller goals, but I don't necessarily associate those smaller goals with success.
Okay, but what needs to happen in order for you to feel that you've succeeded?
I guess just getting all those smaller goals.
I think in order for you to proceed with anything is you have to know
Gotta
the
know what
answer.
you're working for.
Yeah, to what Roz asked you. Like, what is your definition of success, right? What's that end goal, and what's going to make you happy? You got to figure that out first.
And it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be an end goal that can't move, right? Like the end goal can change all the time. And I'm with you on setting out these sort of smaller things to crush as opposed to working towards one thing that's way too much pressure. And life just doesn't work that way. But you can work towards these things. And most times people reduce the expectations they have on themselves because they have fear of disappointing people, right? And then that way, if you never fail, you're going to live a life where you don't ever feel like a loser, or you've never let anybody down. And some people are comfortable living that way. Other people put these incredible expectations on themselves that far exceed the expectations that other people's put on you. And all you do is then just set yourself up for failure. So you're constantly failing yourself. You're not failing anybody else. You're constantly failing yourself. And if you don't know how to use those failures as motivation, if you don't know how to learn from those failures, then you're in for a life of disappointment.
I agree.
So you got some homework to do.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Does that help, Mary?
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
You got some stuff to think about there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
Tomorrow is a big day for our friend Kardinal Offishall. His Quest for Fire, Firestarter Volume 1 album turns 20, featuring hits like Bacardi Slang, Old Time Killin', and the Mary Jane remix with Sean Paul. He was just appointed Senior Vice President of A&R at Universal Music Canada. We welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show. Big celebration, big anniversary. Can I get a yo? The one and only Mr. Kardinal Offishall. Always a pleasure to have you join us on the show, brother. So Saturday is the big day. How pumped are you? Firestarter Volume 1, Quest for Fire, 20 years, man.
Now, you know what? It is incredible.
first and foremost, especially in these times as crazy as they are, I'm just blessed to still be here, in all honesty. And as like, as cliche or maybe even as dramatic as it sounds, like, if there's anything that I've learned during these times, it's to like celebrate every little thing. And I think for me, this is not a little thing, it's a big thing. So I'm super stoked. I mean, think about it. Like when I was doing it at the time, I had no idea where it would take me. You know what I'm saying? Like we did Old Time Killing in a Scarborough basement. I did Bacardi Slang in my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even have $2 to my name at that time. And I had also just lost my dad, you know what I mean? So it was a incredibly difficult time, but it was an incredibly triumphant time. And I mean, in that 20 years, I've seen the world 10 times over, and I've seen our city and our country grow and amplify. And I've seen, now it's commonplace for people to say the biggest artists in the world come from Toronto. But when this album released, that wasn't, it wasn't a thing. So I'm super proud of, myself and everybody else who contributed to this album. But I'm super proud of, as a city where we've come in this time.
And you do get recognized, and I think that's one of the great things, your impact on this city and everything that's happened within it and the artists that have come out. Because oftentimes you hear these stories of people who are sort of forgotten in the stories of a particular genre or a particular city. And you're somebody that people have your back because they felt that when they were starting out, you had theirs. And having that being such a huge part of your legacy has to matter almost as much as having a record that's 20 years old.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? The thing that I pride myself on and that I love, like for me, it's always been about music first. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, as long as I believe in the gift that you have, I'm always gonna lend a hand, whether you are that that unknown person that absolutely nobody knows about, or you are a megastar. And I think for me, that's part of the reason why I think I'm still here, and not just still here, but still doing incredible things, is because for me, I think the pure love and passion and having that be the driving force of everything that I do, that is what it's really all about. And I know that it might sound corny and cliche, and everybody says, yeah, Cardi, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel. That's what still gets me excited in 2021, having been in this industry a long time. Like some people get jaded. And I think the most pleasure I get is in discovering that new song that I never heard before, that new artist that I'm like, yo, who is this person? Where did they come from? That thing that still gives me goosebumps. Like that's what actually gets me excited still to this day.
We're talking to Kardinal Offishall. Quest for Fire, Firestarter Volume 1 celebrates its 20th anniversary on Saturday. Of all 15 songs on this record, taking it back 20 years, do you have a favorite song on the album? And 20 years ago when you were recording the album, did you have a favorite song then? Has it changed at all?
Listen, Old Time Killing, I remember when I got that deal, some people, their first inkling is to like team up with whoever the biggest artist is out there for these collabs. But for me, it's literally at the time, unknown local heroes. These are just my friends that I was like, yo, if I'm going to have the biggest platform in the world, I would love to put my people on it. What's dope about that is that's how I ended up working with such amazing people. Like, Pharrell was a fan of Old Time Killing. Missy Elliott was a fan. That's how I ended up working and getting to know Timberland. As a matter of fact, it was a favorite of 50 Cent. So that's how I ended up going on tour with 50. Like, Old Time Killing probably feels like culturally it means the most. And Bacardi Slang was dope, because for the first time, we're still having these discussions about, Toronto slang. So I love Bacardi Slang just for what it stood for us being proud and being like, yeah, like that's how we talk in high school. You know what I'm saying? That's how we talk when we play ball or whatever. So probably those two are the most important to me, I guess.
It's so tough up here right now. Nobody can stand on a stage and do anything. Are you going to do a drive-in show? Have you tried those yet?
Can't say anything right now. I will say whatever plans you have for the May 2-4 weekend on the Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there. Don't make any plans.
Okay.
That's all.
Good to
It's floating
know.
in there.
Kardinal Offishall, it is always such a pleasure. You're one of my favorite people in the entire world, one of my favorite MCs. Congratulations on your success in life, in the record industry, and more importantly, the 20-year anniversary of Quest for Fire, Firestarter Volume 1.
One last thing I want to say, I honestly
Absolutely.
have to say, is that, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on your show. I say this when we text, when I see you guys, wherever it is. Honestly, I'm very, 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 very thankful for you guys because you guys have been incredible supporters. Here's the thing, whether you're Michael Jackson, Jay-Z, or anybody in between, and you guys have been a constant, throughout my career. You guys have always lent your platform to myself, whether it's just to be a loud, obnoxious guy and talk about my own music, or whether it's to celebrate and promote some of the philanthropic work that I'm doing. And I really just want to say, dudes, you guys are the coolest. You guys are the dopest. And I really do appreciate all of you guys for always giving me a place that I can talk to the people. You guys are appreciated. And listen, 20 years in, I can't be more thankful. So thanks, guys, for always just being cool-ass dudes, and giving me a place to do what I do.
Kardinal Offishall, you always have a home. You know this. You always have a home on the Roz and Mocha Show.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Yo, Shawnee, what's going on? It's Roz and Mocha.
I'm good.
So what's up? What's going on with you?
I've been taking care of my little sister since my mom passed away, and I just can't do it anymore.
Okay, so you wrote, it says, Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. Your mom passed away in November. Your little sister and her boyfriend, both 18 and 19, were living with her at the time, and they both had nowhere else to go, so you and your fiance moved them into your tiny apartment. Your partner and you just bought a townhouse, and now you can't afford to have them move in with you. So how old are you?
I'm 28. Yes.
And where's your dad?
She has a separate dad than I do, and unfortunately, he's not doing so well to be able to support her.
Is she able to, what does she do or what does he do for a living? Are they able to support themselves right now?
So because they are so young, they are just not motivated to do anything. I've talked to her so many times about saving money and putting money aside to get ready for this big move. And it's like talking to a wall.
You guys are still in a grieving process, though. I mean, your mom died, right?
It has been a really hard process for us. And I think that's one of the things why, I'm so easy on her sometimes. Because I'm grieving as well. And I'm pushing her, but, I still love her and I want the best for her. But, she's not motivated. She has such a good support system around her, teachers that want to help her. She's in childcare, so I do get money for her, but she's just not motivated to start putting money away and
I think you got to give
grow
her.
up.
I think you guys both need a little bit of time. I think you got to give her a little bit of time.
And unfortunately, you were the one that was forced to grow up and become the parent, right?
Yeah, I've turned into a mom.
Yeah,
overnight.
Oftentimes when kids are, for lack of a better term, orphaned in this kind of way of where you've lost both your parents and it's just the two siblings. Oftentimes the siblings will drift apart. And and that happens because nobody wants to sort of step into the role, and you both feel that you're on your own, and you just go off and make the best of it. It sucks for you because you're 29, and now you feel like you've been put into the mom role, and every time you have to mom your little sister, it's inevitably going to just remind you that your mom is now gone. And so every time you have to act the part, it's going to hurt a little bit more because you just now realize over and over and over again that your mom's not there anymore. And that's a hard world to live in. Yeah. It's a really hard world to live in. But this is fresh. Your mom died in November. And I think that you guys just need to lean on each other, and you need to not put pressure on each other right now. I think that in time you can do that, but I don't think right now is the time to do that. I think that you guys need to just be there for each other.
Have you tried talking to her rather than saying, hey,
multiple
you need
times.
to save money, like explain the situation. Like, listen, I love, that we're close, and I love, I don't mind that we're all living together under the same roof, but financially we can't make this work.
Yep. And I talked to her yesterday, actually, and I asked her because she still needs to graduate. She still needs to, get more hours at work. And I said, hey, if you don't want me helping right now, can you please just tell me and I'll stop bugging you? You can go and try and find an apartment or do this. And she said, okay, and just walked away from me. She was just fed up with the conversation.
What was her plan originally? So your mom was still alive, right?
Yeah.
Now, was she living with your mom? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what was her plan originally? She's going to school and she was going to what? Graduate and then go somewhere else, still continuing to live with your mom, and then she was expected to move out or start contributing. Was she paying your mom rent and helping out financially and all that stuff when they were living together?
Unfortunately, she had no plan. She doesn't like school at all. She smokes a lot of weed. She is just infatuated with her boyfriend, and there was no plan.
Okay. But when you say right now that you and your fiance or you and your husband, when you get this townhouse, that you guys want to start a family, to say that to her is devastatingly painful, because you want to start your family, but to her, you are her family.
Mm-hmm.
And to go at something that way is you are almost, cutting her out of your life. And that's a terrible thing to deal with when you are 18. And you don't have to try and fix everything, but I don't think that you can. I don't think you can shut her out. I think that stepping into the mom role is not something anyone is ever expected to do, but it's something that people have to do all the time. And this is your new life.
No, I think that's why I reached out, because I talked to my fiance and I was like, I feel so guilty every day for trying to move forward with this, because I don't want her to feel abandoned, because she was just uprooted from her whole life, and now she lives in a tiny apartment with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel guilty because if I could, she would move with us, but I don't want to enable her. She's so comfortable in just sleeping until 2 p.m. Yesterday I came home and she was sleeping till 2 p.m. She has 3-hour shifts for 3 days a week. She's just too comfortable right now.
Yeah, but you know what? She's also 18.
Yeah, she's 18.
Yeah.
That's what 18-year-olds do.
That's the hardest part.
This is what every mom of an 18-year-old goes through. Not that I don't want to call you her mom, but you're in that role, and you will figure this out. You will figure this out. But I think that right now, had this been years now going on, but God, your mom died in November. You guys are still you guys are still grieving. And it's tough. I would wait a little bit, and I'm not saying give it years, but give it a little bit. Let it get a little bit better, because everything is just it's too tough right now.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, Shawnee.
Thank you so much.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. Our DM is where all the weird lives.
Hello, Deepa Prashad. Welcome back.
Hello.
What is going on in the DMs today?
Oh, okay. First question comes from Richard. When digging your ear, do you use your pinky?
I know that move. I've seen guys that do that. You know when guys put their pinky in their ear and they just go like that?
Yes, and they just shake it frantically.
Yeah.
And they look like a dog scratching, I don't know what, but yes.
I don't really do a lot of ear digging.
I only ever use Q-tip.
I know this is going to sound weird to all of you guys, but I don't clean my ears.
How did I know that was coming? I knew it.
Because I am of the belief that Q-tips, although they do feel so good, that you're not really supposed to use a Q-tip. Right?
Why?
I don't know. It's bad for you. You push it all in farther.
Yeah, I've heard that
right?
before.
I've heard that. And then maybe it's wrong. I don't know. But I heard that years ago, and then I stopped using Q-tips. I don't have an earwax problem. Every now and then, a ball of it will work its way out, and then I'll kind of hear something weird back there, and then I can just go in with my finger and flick it out.
I think that means you have an earwax problem.
No. It works its way out. It's
I don't think I get earwax.
Yeah.
I use a Q-tip, and I'll clean, but I'll look at the Q-tip after, and I don't see anything.
It's because you pushed it down so far in your whole life.
Oh, maybe.
That it's too deep in there.
I remember when I was a kid, my mom took me to the doctor and he had this long syringe, was full of water.
Yeah.
And then this other silver tray that he put underneath my ear.
Yeah.
And then he put the syringe right up to my ear hole,
Okay.
pressed it, all this water shot in and all this gunk came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
You never heard that before?
No.
And,
It's called an ear enema.
Is it really?
No.
It sounded convincing enough that I believed
No,
it.
but
for a
I
split second.
remember you see all these little pieces of wax floating around in the water, and my hearing that day, it was like a whole new world.
Yeah, yeah.
I swear, I felt like Superman. I could hear everything.
I'm happy with just about every Apple product that's ever been invented. I've been an Apple fan my whole life. The one thing I sort of wish they didn't do was make earpods white. Because every now and then somebody takes their earpods out and they throw them down on the table and you're like, whoa, you are dirty.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see the little specks on them?
you
Yes.
are, yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Anyway, so if I do it, I usually will go in with my index finger thing.
Your index finger.
Yeah.
I only
instead of
ever
your pinky.
scratch with my, my index
Yeah.
finger as well.
Yeah.
Never use the pinky.
Okay, next comment comes from Ryan. The way that Roz pronounced caramel makes me so uncomfortable.
Oh, how do I say it? I don't think I'm ever consistent because I don't know if we've ever come up with a unanimous decision on how it's pronounced. So sometimes I'll say caramel. Sometimes I'll say, if I say caramel corn, right? Like some
Yeah,
things,
that's weird to
things
me.
are caramel.
Yeah,
like
I don't like
some
it.
things are caramel sauce, but then there's caramel corn.
Huh.
Like to me, they're different things.
Like, I love Cadbury Caramilk Bar. I will never say I love Cadbury Caramilk Bar.
Yes.
No, neither will I, but I will say caramel corn. Like to me, it's a different thing. Like there's caramel sauce,
Yeah.
caramel bars,
Okay.
caramel corn.
If you were to get caramel corn
Yeah.
and you wanted to put caramel sauce on it,
I would say, can I get caramel corn with a side of caramel sauce?
That's so weird. I kick you out of my restaurant. I mean, you'll come in here and make fun of my stuff here.
You're making that way more complicated than it really needs to
Yeah,
be.
listen, I'm not the one that made it complicated.
What else we got?
Okay, this next comment comes from Zofia. Listening to your earlier podcast and on the episode number 65, in which Roz is hitting Dammit Maury in the face with a banana, reenacting a robbery that happened, I had tears laughing so hard. One of Maury's finer moments, just what I needed today.
Why was I hitting you in the face with a banana,
What'd
man?
you say? Reenacting
A robbery, and for some reason a banana was necessary for reenacting a robbery. I just want to know what type of robbery
And you know
were
what?
trying to
Yeah.
You
reenact.
don't like bananas.
No, I hate bananas.
And I'm the one that eats all the food in here.
Yeah.
Pretty much all day.
Yeah.
So that means you were using my banana to smack Maury in the face.
Right.
Did you eat it after, or were you like, no,
I will
I'm
say
done
this.
with this?
My complete lack of memory of smacking Maury in the face with a banana only goes to show me how many things I've used to smack Maury in the face with over the years. Do you have a master list more of all the things that I've either rubbed, smeared, or smacked you in the face with?
I have a picture of you smacking me in the face with a sausage.
Right. Oh, yeah. Are you sure it wasn't the time I hit him in the face with the sausage?
According to this person, it was a banana.
Okay.
Oh, my Lord.
This is how it goes down in the DMs, baby. Just hit us up. Look for Roz and Mocha and look for all of our social media accounts. You can find us in the DMs. That's where you ask your questions or leave your comments and whatever. Thank you, Deepa. We will see you tomorrow.
Yes, see you guys tomorrow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Hi, is this Jillian?
Speaking.
Hi, it's Roz and Mocha. Happy birthday.
Oh my God!
Yo, your sister Catherine reached out and said that she's been listening to the Roz and Mocha Show since middle school. She is now 30 years old, and that you, her little sister, are now hooked on the show, and that the two of you call each other every day after work to discuss the things that we discuss on the show.
I was literally just listening to you guys when you called.
Well, happy 35th birthday.
Thank you so much. Are you going to sing for me or?
Well,
It's COVID. We
yeah,
can't
we're not
sing.
allowed.
We're not allowed to sing.
You know
Hey,
what? We
yeah.
can sing quietly.
Quietly.
What if we do it spoken word?
No. we can do it quietly.
Yeah, we can do it quietly for you, Jillian.
Are you okay if we whisper sing to you, Jillian?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I would actually love to hear a whisper happy birthday.
How about whisper sing with masks on, guys?
Oh, whisper sing with masks.
I know we have the plexiglass in here and everything, but
okay.
still.
Let me mask up here.
Can you still hear me through the mask?
Yeah.
I have
faith in you.
So, we'll whisper sing for you.
Because we can't like speaking moistly and stuff, right?
Okay, no, we can't. We got to be careful.
And then
That would work too.
Okay.
And then the,
Hey,
the
now,
particles
listen,
flying
you.
in the air.
Dirty 30.
35.
Yeah. Wait 1 second.
Maury, we're supposed to whisper.
You got to whisper.
I've never
more.
whisper sing before.
Okay, ready?
3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday.
Okay, one of you sounds like a killer. Who's that? I can't see whose mouth that's coming
No, you
from.
said
one of you sounds like a murderer right now.
We
Who's doing the
said-
murderer voice?
we said that we're going to whisper.
Okay, but
Right?
one of you has a murder whisper.
This was
One-
mine.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not whispering, though.
Whisper.
Yeah, there you go.
Now you whisper, Mocha? Murder whisper. You
I
have
have
a
the murder
murder
whisper.
whisper. It was you.
The murdery, the better.
Yes, you have. You want? You want murder whisper?
Yo, Jillian, you a freak,
I
girl.
want murder whisper.
Okay, here we go. Okay, you want murder whisper? You're gonna get it. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jillian. Happy birthday to you. There you go. How was that? See, that may be the new way to sing happy birthday.
Yeah, we might
Zero droplets in the air.
Amazing.
We might have to-
That's amazing. Thank you so much. It made my day.
Right. That version of happy birthday just killed more people than COVID has.
Happy birthday, Jillian.
Thank you.
You know we love you.
Have a good day. Love you too. Bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah,
You
man.
ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
So Nike announced yesterday that it has settled its lawsuit against Mischief. That's the company that collaborated with Lil Nas X to produce the Satan shoes that they sold off for $1,018.
Wow. They settled already, huh?
Yep. So part of the lawsuit, they had said, to remind you, they said, as a direct and proximate result of Mischief's wrongful act, Nike has suffered, continues to suffer, and or is likely to suffer damage to its trademarks, business reputation, and goodwill that money cannot compensate. Now, in announcing the settlement, you're going to love this.
Okay.
Nike and Mischief has agreed to initiate a voluntary recall of the shoes.
Okay. Like, I'm going to walk in with my blood shoes and say, here, take it back.
Yeah. The company also agreed to a voluntary recall of their Jesus shoes that they did in 2019 that apparently had holy water in the heel.
Oh, wow.
Mischief will buy back both types of shoes.
Yeah,
at their
right.
original retail price, to quote, in order to remove them from circulation. If any purchasers were confused or if they otherwise want to return their shoes, they may do so for a full refund.
Yeah, right. Nobody's doing that. Absolutely no one is doing that.
Can you believe that?
Yes, actually, I can.
Who's going to do that?
I can't believe that they would try to say that.
Especially with shoes and how collectible they are.
Yes.
Who's giving it back?
I'll tell you who. Nobody.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero people are giving
Yeah.
the
Don't
shoes
bring
back.
in your Mischief store. Don't bring in extra staff
No.
to deal with the influx of returns that you're going to get.
No.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson apparently has the support of 46% of American adults if he were to make a presidential run in 2024. This according to a recent online poll of 30,000 people between April 2nd and April 4th. The same poll found that 29% would support dual campaigns of The Rock for president and McConaughey for governor of Texas.
Wow.
Other notable poll results were 30% of people supported Angelina Jolie for president, 27% supported Oprah for president, and 22% supported Tom Hanks for president.
Really?
Yeah.
Forrest?
Yeah. If you remember, The Rock recently said that he would run, quote, if that's what the people wanted. So it looks
He's
like
the people's champ.
That is what the people want.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Britney Spears took to Instagram with another video wearing that exact same crop top she's been wearing in all of her videos that fans have pointed out recently. There's a whole thing of Britney's. They don't even think Britney's writing her own posts anymore. And
really?
And they're very.
She got a ghostwriter for IG?
They're very concerned with her videos because she wears that exact same crop top, the blue and white crop top, in every video. She did 17 videos in a row with the same crop top. So Britney went on IG and she posted a video of her in that same crop top, but she's not talking. It's her moving around weirdly with music playing in the background.
Yeah.
So like all of this could be fixed, and I'm not trying to put Britney Spears in a position where I think that she needs to do anything to justify anything she's doing.
Yeah.
It's how we all got here in the first place. But she just needs to release a video where she's saying these words and not just writing these things down, because as soon as she says anything, people assume that it is somebody who has her held captive and they're writing on her behalf. So Britney wrote this. So this is for Just a Touch of Rose, which is Just a Touch of Rose is something that she sort of announced that was a project or a thing a little while ago. I don't know. She goes, these specific takes have never been seen, so it's sort of new for me. But it's the exact same tree behind her wearing the exact same crop top. She's just moving her head differently than we've seen in the past 17 videos. She goes on to say, I have over 10 minutes of video for the Touch of Rose project. And trust me, that's a lot. She goes on to say, happy to share, especially with a world that is empathetic and concerned for my life. What can I say? I'm flattered. And then she goes on to end it with, here's to another beautiful summer of popsicles and sunbathing.
What the hell?
I don't know.
But those videos, right, that we're all seeing.
Yes.
Shot on the same day.
Yes, a while ago. But she
Forever
said this,
ago.
though. She said this. Okay, so a lot of people have been saying that a lot of my posts are not new, that they're old. Just to let you guys know, none of my pictures or posts are more than a month old. And then this is when she acknowledged it. Yes, I know I did wear the same top 17 times for a project, Project Rose, and you will be seeing way more of Project Rose in the future, but no explanation as to what that was, and still no video of her saying anything to the actual camera, right?
Save Britney, y'all.
Right? Like, it's just odd.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
This is from Maclean's magazine. Canada is likely to exceed the U.S. in COVID infection rates within days. So
I believe it.
Oh, God. Canada's rate of COVID-19 cases has come as close as it's ever been since the pandemic started to the United States, as Canada posted 180.8 cases per million population, with the U.S. posting 195.7 per million of their population. And our case count is rising. Theirs keeps going down. We will likely exceed them in the coming days. So all that whole year of we were like, we're so much better than you, and our healthcare system, and our gorgeous and brilliant prime minister who's going to save us all.
Yeah, shouldn't have flexed so hard.
Shouldn't have flexed so hard. We trusted the wrong dudes.
Yeah.
We should have all bought places in Florida at the beginning of this pandemic.
Right.
As terrible as Florida was, we would all be fine right now.
Florida was the absolute worst. The worst.
We would be fine.
They were making
right
mistakes left, right, and center, and we were all like, look at these idiots in Florida.
Yeah. Well, not only that, like look at even New York. Like we were all like, oh my God, imagine if we lived in New York, it'd be so great. It'd be so great. They were a disaster.
Imagine if we lived in New York, every single person would be vaccinated right now.
And now we'd be fine. But no, we're so much better. Our guy, woohoo. Nice hair, though.
Classic
that never
line.
gets old, huh?
No, never.
That line never gets old.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Netflix and Sony have just signed a huge deal for streaming. This is starting in 2022. This is important because Netflix will be the home for all Sony pictures following theatrical releases, as well as Sony pictures that are not set for theatrical releases. So this is Uncharted, Morbius, Bullet Train, the new Venom movie, Jumanji, Bad Boys, and Spider-Man.
But Spider-Man is
not
Marvel.
No, it is, but it's a combo between, because Sony owns Spider-Man, so they had to do a deal between Marvel and Sony in order to continue on with. Because don't you remember that when the story was that Tom Holland wasn't going to be Spider-Man anymore?
Yeah,
because Sony was going to do their own versions, and then they had to come up with some sort of deal. Well, they made that deal, but that doesn't have anything to do with where those movies land after they're made.
But so if I want to watch any of those Spider-Man movies, let's say moving forward,
moving forward. Yeah,
they won't be available on Disney Plus.
No,
you can only get them on Netflix.
So like Spider-Man,
but it's still part of the Marvel family.
Yes, but like Spider-Verse, for instance, is not going to Disney Plus. Spider-Verse will be Spider-Verse is Netflix.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So
Spider-Verse is on Netflix right now.
So the Spider-Man property,
but Homecoming is on Disney
right,
Plus.
but this starts in 2022. So I don't know.
So I wonder if are they going to take all the old stuff or the stuff that's on Disney Plus?
That I don't think.
Maybe not.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's a big deal.
Wow,
big deal.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Prince Philip has passed away at the age of 99. The palace released a statement this morning saying it's with deep sorrow that Her Majesty the Queen has announced the death of her beloved husband, His Royal Highness Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. His Royal Highness passed away peacefully this morning at Windsor Castle. They'd been married for 70 plus years.
Wow.
There's no official details on what the funeral is going to look like, but it is understood that he will be given a royal ceremonial funeral rather than a state funeral, which is in line with his wishes. Philip had taken more than 22,000 solo engagements as a royal. He did 637 overseas visits. He delivered more than 5,400 speeches.
Wow.
And he was a patron to more than 800 organizations over his life. So there you go, Prince Philip.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
According to TMZ, LAPD officers arrested the guy that broke into Shawn Mendes' house and stole the keys to his G-Wagon and then stole his G-Wagon.
Yeah.
It said that law enforcement found the guy after finding a key on him when he was arrested for a separate trespassing call they received. So the guy abandoned the car. They found the car. They found the G-Wagon, but the guy still had the key to the G-Wagon.
You dummy.
And then I guess he got busted for something else, and then on him while he got popped was the keys to Shawn Mendes' car.
I wonder how, I guess.
Booked on 2 felonies, burglary and grand theft auto.
That's
so
nuts.
They got the guy, right? I don't know. I guess
like at that point, like if you steal a car and then you leave it on the street, what do you care about locking it up or whatever, right?
I don't know.
Or maybe he just like forgot that the key was in his pocket.
Maybe, maybe I don't know. I don't know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jennifer Coolidge, part of Promising Young Woman. Did you see Promising Young Woman?
I haven't. I know it's on demand right now.
People are loving
it. It's available everywhere for people to watch.
5 Academy Award nominations. Jennifer Coolidge, of course, Elle Wood's best friend from Legally Blonde, but also the news that Tara Reid had said that a script has been done for American Pie. So what's happening with American Pie? She made it seem like that it's just a matter of getting everybody's schedules together to do a brand new American Pie movie.
Yeah.
We talked to Jennifer Coolidge yesterday
also
about
Legally Blonde,
About
too.
Legally Blonde, yes.
Right?
I mean, I know, I have a home in New Orleans, and I know there was, there was like an article in the newspaper that, Reese had purchased a book that is going to be filmed down in New Orleans and stuff. So she does have that. She has so many things going on, but I did not hear anything about Legally Blonde.
Oh,
nothing.
come
Because they were
on.
supposed to. Legally Blonde is supposed to come out May 2022.
Yeah.
Right? So they should be filming that real soon. But there you go. That's from Jennifer Coolidge. She said that as it is right now, she has no idea what's going on with Legally Blonde 2.
Crazy.
Can you believe that? Man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Prince Harry has returned to the UK without Meghan. She is pregnant, was advised not to fly. He was led by security off the flight from L.A. to Heathrow before reportedly being driven to Kensington Palace. It is thought that he will be quarantining at Nottingham Cottage. This is because his official home, Frogmore Cottage, they lost when they left, and then they handed the house to Princess Eugenie. That's
You
like
can't even stay in like the guest room or anything?
No,
Wow.
no. That's like, you know those stories like when you leave and your mom would do stuff to your room, right?
Oh, yeah, it becomes like the craft room.
Yeah, right.
Completely.
Yeah, no, they just gave his whole house away. Apparently, he can quarantine for 5 days rather than the 10 if after 5 he provides a negative coronavirus test. Their statement over the weekend drew a lot of criticism when the on their official Archwell organization website, this is for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, when Prince Philip died, the statement that they sent out was, in loving memory of His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh, 1921 to 2021, thank you for your service. You will be greatly missed.
Oh, not even like we love you, Gramps?
No. Now, some people are saying this is just what you officially do, but then people were comparing it to the statement that Meghan and Harry released when, like, Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away, which was like, she was an icon, a justice of courage, a da-da-da, like, just
big words, paragraphs.
Because I think that thank you for your service means something very different to people in North America than it does to people in the UK. Like in the UK, it's sort of like a term of honor, like for everything you've done. But thank you for your service is what you get when you're fired here, right?
But like not even I love you, Grandpa?
No, nothing.
Right?
No.
I'll miss you, Gramps?
No.
Like none of that.
None of that. Very formal.
No emotion whatsoever.
Formal. Very formal.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Responded on Saturday to that poll that came out. If you remember late last week, there was a poll that said 46% of American adults would support him if he made a presidential run in 2024. In that same poll, 29% would support a dual campaign if The Rock ran for president and Matthew McConaughey for governor of Texas.
I thought you were going to say Stone Cold was going to be his VP.
No.
Man.
Rock said, I don't think our founding fathers ever envisioned a 6'4", bald, tattooed, half black, half Samoan, tequila drinking, pickup truck driving, fanny pack wearing guy joining their club. But if it ever happens, it'd be my honor to serve you, the people.
People's champ right there. Give you the people's elbow if you don't listen.
I'm starting to feel manipulated by The Rock, if you want me to be honest with you.
Why?
Because I
Is it because you feel like you're going to get checked into the SmackDown hotel?
No. Because I start to think now that all of this is just like not a ploy, but there's something disingenuous about it, if you ask me. And I don't know why. Maybe I'm being just overly cynical. But after this poll and then after his statements and everything else, I start to feel that the TV show he did was just a tool as opposed to wanting to make a great television show and tell his life story. I just started to get the sense that it's just a tool to drum up publicity for a possible presidential run in 2024.
You think so?
Because the whole thing about the TV show is that he's running for president.
Right.
And these are all interviews.
I just
where
thought
he's-
that was him being like playful with all the news prior
I
to
don't
all
know.
of this.
I don't
of
know.
him
I sort of feel manipulated by the
running
whole
for
thing
president.
a little bit.
Really?
Which is weird. Yeah, and I shouldn't because I like the guy. I think he does a lot of good. But I don't know. There's just something about it where there's an air of like manipulation to the whole thing that I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. Also, The Rock should not run for president in 2024.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with that.
Like,
absolutely.
No,
I agree.
Stop
Don't
with-
tell him I said that, though.
Thank you. Like on the television show, it's fine, right? Do your polls, everything else, but let's not make this happen.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
like,
don't tell him I said that.
We need to do everything we can to make sure that this is my opinion, not Mocha's
not
opinion.
mine whatsoever.
Right?
I'm still a huge fan.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
50 Cent is reacting to Diddy dating his ex.
Wait, what? Diddy's with 50's ex now?
Okay, yeah. So
wasn't Diddy just like Who was he with?
Lori Harvey for a little bit.
Right, and then she went to Michael B.
And then he went to somebody else. But now he's with Daphne Joy, who is the mother of 50's youngest kid. They share a kid together.
Yeah.
And then somebody asked 50 how he thought about it, and 50 just simply wrote, "Nah, me and Puff fight over business stuff. If he liked the girl, he liked the girl. I don't give a F."
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You can go back on Twitter finally, huh?
Oh, yes, I can.
Yes.
Hold on, let me see what's
What
going
were
on.
your your thoughts on WrestleMania? Everybody's dying to know.
Oh, well, I watched both nights.
Yeah.
Saturday,
You watched both nights?
Sorry. I watched night one live on Saturday.
Yeah. How was
And
that?
then-
What was your routine? What did you have set up? Did you have snacks? A lot of fixins?
I had, I was drinking tequila,
Okay, good for you.
right? The Rock's tequila,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay.
So I was drinking tequila, and Jen and I had sushi. And Jen actually watched a lot of
Really?
WrestleMania Night 1 with me.
Wow,
yeah.
wow.
She went to bed at like around, I think, 10,
COVID
10:30.
has just put people through hell, huh? Your wife's not watching WrestleMania with
Brought us
you.
together.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I thought it was great. Night 1 was
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay.
The matches were like off the charts.
Okay.
Super surprise.
Yeah.
Last night, I started watching. I couldn't stay awake though. I watched like the first hour.
Yeah.
And then I got up a little earlier today, got in here a little earlier, put on WWE Network in here.
Yes.
And just watched what I missed.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. And it wrapped up literally 2 minutes before we
How
went on
long
the
is a
radio.
WrestleMania show? They used to be about 3 hours, right?
So
3-ish?
Yeah. So originally, when you would have it all on one night, actually it was more than that. Like the past few years, Shem, you would know. The past few years, like 5-6 hours.
Yeah, WrestleMania. Well, firstly, this dividing WrestleMania into 2 nights is fairly new, right? It's a fairly
They only
new
did it last
concept.
year.
Yeah, right. They did it
Because
last
of
year,
COVID.
but because of COVID. But you're right. The roster is so big that they've got to make it into a 2-night spectacle now because
Yeah.
it's.
But
nuts.
you know what? I prefer it so much
Yeah.
more.
Agreed.
With 2 nights?
Two
Yeah.
nights,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
each show was only 2 hours,
Yeah.
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Rather than sitting through a full 6 hour
Sure.
show. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I still like practice on like a pillow, like wrestling moves.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and dress up.
Excuse me.
We talking about wrestling, right?
Yeah. Yes, wrestling.
Yeah. Nothing else said in this conversation matters other than, I still practice on a pillow, right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Dolly Parton's nonprofit foundation released a signature line of ice cream. It's called Strawberry Pretzel Pie.
Oh.
And it huge demand. So it's a throwback to the triple-decker pie from the potlucks of our youth, they say. Layers of salty pretzel streusel, subtly sweet and effortlessly tangy cream ice cream with lipstick red strawberry sauce. So it's pretzels, ice cream, and strawberry sauce.
I'd try that.
You would, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do those combos sound good to you?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of strawberry ice cream already.
Yeah.
But this combo,
Yeah.
I would have.
So fans, they sold out immediately, of course, because it's Dolly Parton. And then people were reselling them on eBay, which would be shipped to you in dry ice for $1,000 a container.
No.
And these are small containers. Like these are just Haagen-Dazs size containers.
Yeah?
$1,000 a container is
No,
what people
not
are
worth it.
buying them for.
Not for me.
On online.
Well, like buying it to hang on to, like to put in their memory box?
No. Beside the WrestleMania t-shirt?
Or is it to actually try it?
I think they want to eat it.
Wow.
I think they want to eat $1,000 ice cream.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Uh-oh. A lot of people very upset. Canada made CNN last night, not in a good way.
Oh, what happened?
Well,
why are they talking about us?
Well,
they should just mind their own business.
Vaccines and everything
Oh, yeah,
else,
'cause
right? So
we ain't got none.
here's a little bit of how Jack Tapper started off his show last night.
Some bad news for our neighbors north on our world lead. Canada is now outpacing the United States in terms of coronavirus cases per capita. This is a concerning uptick, considering that the Canadian vaccine rollout is not going well at all. By comparison, in the U.S., more than 1 in 3 Americans have gotten at least their first shot. In Canada, fewer than 1 in 5 received their first shot.
Okay, but don't rub it in.
And then they run like a whole thing, and then they come back with the reporter who put the story together, and they say this.
And Jake, look, this is a problem. You have to rewind decades to really get to the heart of this problem, but that doesn't let the Trudeau government off the hook. They've been in power for more than 5 years. They heard the dire predictions. This country for decades had a competitive advantage in making vaccines. The research was right here. But look, Canadians will now pay for that complacency. Trudeau promises that domestic manufacturing will ramp up next year. Jake, you and I both know it's just too late at this point in time. This third wave is punishing. I am speaking to doctors, especially in the hotspot of Toronto. You know, Jake, they are letting people into the sick children's hospital, adults, in order to be able to treat them for COVID. A lot of things to talk about here, including the fact that even though the dire predictions were there, no government acted for decades on the vaccine rollout.
Yeah, it's a real failure by the Trudeau government, and our Canadian cousins deserve a lot better.
Ooh.
All right. Well, it still hurts.
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
But it's that line. It's a real failure by the Trudeau government, because what people jumped on was the fact that there's countless tweets that are all saying similar things, which is basically CNN did what no anchors in Canada had the courage to do, because you've never heard anybody here say anything close to that.
Yeah, to call them out.
But it took CNN to do it. Yeah.
My buddy in Seattle, he and his wife are getting their second dose of Pfizer on Saturday.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? How old are they?
They are in
like early 40s?
Early 40s,
Early 40s? Yeah. Great, huh?
Yeah.
That awesome?
Congrats, Ben.
Happy for you, Ben.
You know?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson still on this presidential thing. So that poll came out last week saying 46% of Americans would support Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's presidential run in 2024 if he chooses to do so. And then he responded with a whole bunch of glowing things for fans. And this weekend on Sunday Today with Willie Geist, The Rock sits down for an interview and goes through everything.
In our divided country, there aren't that many people we all agree on anymore. So is that something that still interests you, Dwayne?
So I do have that goal to unite our country. And I also feel that if this is what the people want, then I will do that.
But is Johnson too fast, too furious to be president?
Daddy's got to go to work. But I am passionate about making sure that our country is united, because a united country, as we know, is its strongest. And I want to see that for our country.
Oh,
Daddy's got to go to work.
If he does that,
could you imagine, though?
It would be the end of The Rock that I know and love.
But could you imagine being in a position in life and in the world where you could say with a straight face, unironically, I want to unite a country? You know what I mean? Like, there's very few people.
I know.
It
just worries me because I'm such a fan of The Rock.
Yeah. Like, if anybody said that to you, if you were like, hey, what do you want to do? What are your goals? And you're like, I want to unite the country.
I'm like, okay.
Right?
Okay. Sure. Good luck with that.
Yeah, okay. All right, then.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Britney Spears got her COVID vaccination. She had this to say.
All right, so what did you think of the vaccine?
Okay, the people on the internet said it was really, really bad. It was like a bullet going through your arm. It was nothing. I felt nothing. I'm fine, and I hope I continue to stay fine. I'm fine.
Hold on a second. I have never heard anyone say that it feels like a bullet going in your arm.
I don't know.
This is a needle.
I don't know. I haven't read anything about what it's like to actually get the vaccine because it's just so far away. Like, if I was getting one next week, I would be like, oh, what are people saying about it? Like, does it hurt? Can I use my arm? Does it bruise? Like, what's going on here? But it's so far away that I haven't done any research on looking into what the actual shot feels like.
It's just, I asked, my parents got the vaccine.
Yeah.
And I asked them.
Yeah, what'd they say?
They're fine.
They're nothing, right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So this from CNN, the CDC and the FDA have recommended a pause for the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine over, quote, 6 reported U.S. cases of rare and severe type of blood clots. For context, more than 7 million people have received the Johnson & Johnson shot in the U.S.
Whoa.
And the vaccine has been approved in Canada, but we have yet to receive any of the doses. So there's the latest on that. And if you are between the ages of 18 and 49, we all heard about the...
On the younger.
On the younger end?
Younger end of that
We all
spectrum,
heard about
yes.
the COVID-19 hotspots in Toronto based on postal code where you would be able to register if you were between the ages of 18 and 49. And they've rolled that out now with 3 postal codes. So the postal codes are M5V, M6E, and M6H. The University Health Network notes that the registration is not an appointment booking system, but once you do register, they will contact you when an appointment becomes available. So M5V, M6E, and M6H.
And just to be clear, if you work in one of those hotspot zones with those postal codes, right?
No, I don't think that matters at all. No.
You should.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
All right, here we go. Time to answer some questions for Ask Roz and Mocha. Pineapple Pat, welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good. Happy birthday, Mocha.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Pineapple Pat, your name shows up here a lot because we always see your questions every week. And I believe we've actually had you on the show a few times, right?
Yeah, I've been here a couple times.
All right, buddy. So what's going on?
No, not much. So I had my birthday this past weekend, actually yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And,
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. So my question for you guys was just what are some things, some skills that someone should know by this age?
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Before we give you our opinion, in your opinion, Pineapple Pat, what are skills that you think by the age of 30 you should know?
Definitely some stuff around the house. So like being able to change your filters, just some regular maintenance on the washing machine, for example, or like just replacing bulbs, just like things around the house definitely is one thing.
Yeah.
Changing your tires for your car, just some, I guess, life skills in that sense. Also being financially aware of like where your money's going and where your spending's going.
So are there skills that you think you lack right now, which is why you started thinking about this? Are there things that you feel you don't have in your life right now?
I feel I have a pretty decent grasp on it, but I definitely want to hear your opinions on exactly like what you guys kind of would determine to be of value in that sense.
I always lean to like the sort of other way. Yeah, sure. Changing a filter and all that stuff, be like not hiring people and spending a ton of money on things that you should be able to do yourself. You should be able to go to the store and buy a chandelier and switch out the chandelier, right? That's just basic things. It's 20 minutes on YouTube and you're going to save yourself hundreds of dollars, right? So like not wasting money because you are lazy. Like you have to, it's time management at that point, which is, how long is it going to take you to figure out how to do something, which is really not long, compared to chasing somebody down, booking an appointment, have somebody quote the job, have somebody come in and do the job. And then the next thing you know, you're paying 10 times the amount to have somebody put a dimmer switch or switch out your chandelier than it would be had you just done it yourself over a weekend or a Sunday. Like all that stuff, right, is figuring that out. But for me, when it's things that you should know by the time you're 30, I always lean more towards like you should be really, really good at conflict resolution when you're 30. You should be really good at dealing with somebody else's pettiness. You should be really good at managing your own ego. You should be really good at setting goals and executing them. You should be really good at not feeling sort of lost. You should be really good at being an incredible emotional support for somebody else in your life. Like all of those things are things that you should have achieved by the time you're 30.
No, that's really well said. I agree.
I am the wrong person to ask because everything Roz said, I hire people to change chandeliers.
Right.
I'm terrible
How
at
many
conflict.
chandeliers are you going through in your place?
I hire people to change all the chandeliers all the time.
I can't even change the license plate. Like I have to go in for the...
Yeah, Maury goes to the dealership to change the license plate when he has to change the sticker on the car because he doesn't have the wrench that'll take the cover off of his license plate to get at the sticker.
I call it the...
Right, yes.
I think, though, by the By the time you're 30, you should be able to do things like not kill a plant or how to do laundry or how to fold clothes. Like, that was going to be my answer.
How to fold clothes at 30?
Pineapple Pat, at the age of 30, do you know how to fold your own laundry?
I think by the age of 20, I already was doing that. So.
20?
Yeah, I was going to say. I think at
and you should
11
know-
or 12.
Yeah.
And you should know how to build a Billy bookcase from IKEA.
By the age of 30?
Okay, this is why, right? Like
Oh
this
my
is why
God.
every now and then, right, you meet somebody where they're your age, okay, but there's something about them that's different, right?
Yeah.
And
you just can't put your finger
No,
on
I
it.
know exactly what it is. Which is every now and then, and it's rare in this world, but every now and then you meet somebody who's an actual man, and then you realize that you live in a world of boys. Right? You live in a world of boys.
Yeah.
And it's rare when you actually come across somebody who is a man. Like Maury is a boy, right?
Still.
You're a 40-something-year-old boy.
Thank you.
Right.
For some reason, Maury takes that as
Huge
you calling him like
compliment.
super
I know.
young,
oh
right?
my God, yes. Yes.
No, but to go along, Pineapple Pat, to go along with what Roz was saying in doing things around your home or knowing how to do things in life that you could save money from paying, somebody else to do it for you. Something simple like switching out a light switch or changing a car tire that you just mentioned, Pineapple Pat, or even switching out like a toilet.
Yeah, it's definitely also like fulfilling. Like once you kind of complete the task, knowing that you kind of get some more confidence in you and you get inspired to kind of continue on with that kind of mentality. So I definitely strongly urge people to try something like that.
And I think the financial stability, or actually, financial recognition, knowing where you are in life, knowing how to budget, knowing how to spend your money, where you're spending your money, I think is also huge. You know what I mean? I don't think that is something that people necessarily pay too much attention to growing up, and then especially once you get into your 20s, right? I think that's something that way early in life, you've got to figure that out because it'll, help you out in the long run, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I think by 30, you should also know how to stand in a group at a to-do and look like you belong. Like, how to look mature.
Huh?
Again, he's a 40-something-year-old boy.
Yeah,
right?
big time.
Yeah, 100%. I think that by 30, you should have like your own kind of, moral code or set of values that you've established that you live by.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you should be sort of centered in your own world emotionally.
If only you can crack that moral code.
Well, it's a personal thing, more. It's a personal thing. Does that help at all?
Yeah, no, that helps.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention one more thing before we go. But so yeah, my birthday was on Sunday, but I wanted to see if it's possible to get a trend kind of going. So for example, yesterday, I do respect my wife. She did a lot for me yesterday too. But my dad's also going through a bit of a hard time right now, dealing with chemo and everything like that. So I sent him a video yesterday, cutting off all my hair. Just kind of support him a little bit along the way, know that he's not the only one kind of going through all this. So just trying to...
buddy, we're sending you so much love and so much support. And I'm sure your father definitely appreciated everything that you did.
Where can people see your video?
No, I just sent it just to him. I didn't post it online.
Okay,
cool.
That's
Okay.
good. That's a wonderful thing, man. I like it when people do that for family members or friends or people that they care deeply about to show their support. I just respect that so much, dude.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
What's your dad's name?
It's Paul.
Paul. How old is he?
He is born in 1962, so...
Yeah.
He's still a young guy.
Yeah. Hey, Maury, how sick would I have to be for you to shave your head in solidarity?
Oh, boy.
I would do it no problem.
You would? What about Matthew?
No.
Oh, my God. Pineapple Pat, we love you, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You guys take care.
You got it, brother.
Later,
Take it
just
easy.
the flu?
I love that guy. What a good dude Pineapple Pat is, man.
Robin says here, since Roz doesn't believe in ghosts, Does he still get scared of movies based on ghosts? Things like Paranormal Activity.
What a great question.
Oh, yes, because I believe in being frightened. I believe in manipulation. I believe in the power of movies and storytelling and music and lighting. And I quite enjoy being scared during a movie.
Yeah.
I like all that.
But plus, in real life, you don't have that swelly music that is playing when a ghost comes around a corner.
But I've never I've never been alone and heard something and thought it was a ghost. Like
Right.
I've never been afraid of a ghost in real life. Like my brain has never gone to, oh my God, what if that's a ghost?
All the time.
But no, I quite enjoy, I like those movies, all those Paranormal Activity and stuff like
You
that.
like being
man. Sign me
scared
up.
or-
Love being scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
But then
it.
at the end of the movie, then that's it. It's out of your life.
Yeah, no, it doesn't stay with me.
You should try being scared by a real ghost.
It's impossible though.
You should try.
Like how?
Yeah.
How? I don't. You're gonna have to knock me on the head and scramble my brains, and then maybe I'll start to believe in ghosts.
Matt says here, have you ever won anything in life?
Yes.
Example, lottery or a vacation?
Yes.
What did you win?
My dad and I won two things. One, we won a trip to Barbados from a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
What
chocolate bar
It's
was
still
it?
the argument because he paid for the Mirage chocolate bar.
Yeah.
But I picked the one from the counter.
Okay.
So that's still the argument that I technically won because I picked the bar.
Right.
But he paid for the bar.
And that's his argument.
Yeah, it's his trip.
Well, see, and there lies the argument.
No, it's his trip. He paid for the chocolate
Argument
bar.
over.
Yeah.
But yeah, we won the trip to Barbados from a chocolate
so was
bar.
it just the two of you that went to Barbados?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where
Yeah.
my dad met one of the ladies that worked at the resort, and she used to leave shampoos for me in the bushes.
In the bushes?
Oh, yeah. Maury told this story. And did your dad hook up with her?
Yeah, and they would go out, but she would leave little gifts for me in the bushes.
Shampoo in the bush. That should be the name of your biography more. So is this where you developed your love for stealing hotel shampoos and that kind of thing?
Oh no, I already loved it. That's why she did that. Oh. But it was also to keep me out of the room, and she would be like, "You don't know which bush."
So hold on a second here. So she would play she would do an Easter egg hunt with tiny little bottles of shampoo while she was in the room with your dad?
Right, and so I'd have to go bush to bush.
So how long would the Easter egg hunt last?
Oh, and she'd come back out eventually and be like, "How many do you have? 5? That was all of them."
So you would have to wait outside of the room?
How old were you at this point?
I was like 12.
Oh my God. You run around Barbados Resort looking for shampoos and soaps while your dad's getting it on. And you gotta wait outside.
Jesus.
Wow.
What a great life.
I've won things, I've won lotto, not big jackpots. I've won like 10, 15, 20 bucks here and there.
Right.
Right? 50 bucks here and there. I don't know if I've ever won.
We also won a trip to Memphis from a radio station.
Memphis?
Yeah.
Did you and your dad go to Memphis?
Yeah.
What did they leave in those bushes?
No, nothing. On that trip, we stayed at Truckers Inn, where you had to pay for the towels, and there are bullet holes in the door.
Okay, so hold on. You won a contest. Did they put you up in this place, or did you guys have to find this place?
No, we left where they put us, and we drove all around.
Oh, I got
Man,
you.
this is where we stopped in.
Right.
On our way to on our way to Dollywood.
Right. Did you go to Graceland?
We did.
Yeah.
I won a bottle of rum on a booze cruise once.
Good for you.
In Cancun.
Good for you.
I remember that. Oh, it was a terrible bottle too.
Yeah.
Or was it a bottle of tequila? It was either rum or tequila, and it was so bad. Anyway,
I don't think I've ever won anything really. Not
Nothing?
like that.
At all?
No.
I won a pair of shoes on the Walk for Israel.
Yo, your life. I tell you, man.
I know.
It's so random.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so you won a pair of shoes?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's it?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm not really, because I don't enter things, right?
Yeah.
It's not
You don't go to trade shows and fill out ballots?
No, not normally, no. No. So I don't really put myself in a position to win anything, right? Like it's sort of just not for me. I don't know.
My dad has a stamp. He'll go to the trade shows and just go to all the booths and stamp his name on the ballots.
Really?
Yeah,
Like he doesn't
has a
fill it
stamp.
out
He has
with
his
a
own,
pen?
hold on, his like a signature stamp?
Yeah, with his name, address, he goes around stamping them all.
Oh my God, your dad's a pro.
Pro.
Yeah.
Pro.
Your
Pro.
dad, he's like one of the guys that would be on an episode of like Extreme Couponing or
yeah.
something like on TLC,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
One of those shows.
He was so proud. It was 2 years ago. He won a spatula.
Clearly, he also brought that stamp to Barbados.
Stamping ass. Frank was here. And was spelled W-U-Z. Dallas says here, if you could permanently change the color of the sky, what color would it be?
Pink.
That was going to be my answer too. I think
100%
the only answer in this scenario in this question is pink.
It is sometimes pink though when the sun's
permanently
going down.
though. Permanently though.
Yeah,
Permanently.
but that pink, oh man, I love
that beautiful like cotton candy pink, and
that's like my favorite sky.
Absolutely.
Could it still be
Yeah.
a bright day through the pink?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
Well, because I feel like blue or something seems to make it brighter. Blue is a brighter color.
No, I love a pink sky.
Yeah, my absolute favorite. I would I would have no complaints whatsoever. If we just walked outside today and something happened and the reflections were all different and all this, I would, if it was pink forever, I would never say a bad word about it.
Yeah.
I would even say, not under this pink sky, like everything I would say. You know what I mean? Like I would just switch immediately. I would have no problems
I
whatsoever.
don't think anyone has a problem with the pink sky at all. It puts everyone
But like
into a
if
good mood.
somebody said green.
No,
or
that's gross to me.
Yellow. Nobody looks
No.
good against yellow. Like
No.
everybody's skin would be all washed out. And
Yeah.
You brown guys would have it the worst. Your skin against yellow. Oh, it's not good.
Jaundiced.
It's not. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
All right, Melanie has here a question about cheating. Damn it, more. Do you consider it cheating if you're watching a show or series with your partner and you watch some episodes without them? If so, do you tell the truth or just fake it when something shocking happens? Asking for a friend.
That
Yeah,
is
right,
cheating.
Melanie?
I mean, it's hard for me to actually do this kind of cheating.
Yeah, because you guys are just all at home all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait, but when you said this one is actually hard for me to do this kind of cheating, do you mean then the other type of cheating is
easier?
I mean, there are you could leave and do other kinds of cheating if need be,
Which are easier in your world
to do if need be.
But okay, but that's not what you said. If need be, you said this kind of cheating is difficult to do right now.
Right. I'm just saying there are other kinds of cheating that would be easier if need be.
Okay. So you think that
has the need ever been?
No.
Okay. So you think an extramarital affair is easier to pull off than watching an episode on something on Netflix without your husband?
Yes.
Wow.
For me.
Damn.
Interesting.
Well, because Matthew's there.
Right. I used to feel differently about it. I used to feel that it was cheating and all of this other stuff, right? But the problems that we have in my house is that we'll start something together, and I will inevitably fall asleep on the couch, right? And if Catherine's not tired, she will just plow through and watch a few episodes without me. And then that's fine, and I don't mind that. But what I don't like is the next day when I say, hey, can I put that show on? And she's like, yeah. And I go, okay, I got to wind it back. And then I go to the beginning of an episode. She's like, you saw all this. And I'm like, no, I didn't, babe. I was sleeping. She's like, you definitely saw all this. You saw all of this and all of that. And I'm like, I didn't see any of this. I was sleeping.
Yeah.
And then what happens is that I then am the bad guy for falling asleep the previous night. It's not that she skipped ahead. It's that I fell asleep.
Right.
So then I have to catch up on these shows on my time, meaning that if I'm working during the day and I have like a 20-minute break, I got to put headphones on and watch 20 minutes of a show. That way, when Rox goes to bed and it's Netflix time, we're going to be on the same page.
Totally.
Right? Like that, to me, that's where the problem in my house happens,
Yeah.
is that I fall asleep and then I get yelled at for falling asleep. Or what she did with Bridgerton and what she did with Behind Her Eyes and what she did with... there was another show that we were watching even recently, which is I fell asleep and then she wakes me up to go to bed and it's 4 a.m.
Oh,
and
geez.
she finished the whole thing.
Oh, man. All the shows. All the episodes of that
All
show.
the episodes.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Yeah,
At
so
least
then
she
it's on
wakes you
you.
up on the couch.
Then it's
Yeah.
on you on your time.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not
Go
gonna
through and watch a show.
I'm not gonna watch 5 episodes on my time.
Yeah.
So then we just move on to something else, and
Sure.
she just fills me in, right?
Yeah, I would say, Melanie, in your position or in your situation, if you're going to go ahead and watch a show, I think if your partner is also really into the show and you guys are going to sit down to watch it together, you should be honest and say, I already watched this.
If
Right.
need be.
Yes, yeah. I think that if you make the commitment to watch it together, you got to stick to that commitment.
Yes.
Yeah. My brother has. There were movies that were coming out in theaters over the years, and my brother has gone to the movie like during the day and watched it. And then, like, the next day, he and his wife would go to a movie, and he would pretend like he wasn't there the day before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, because he just had to see it opening day kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What if the concession stand
Yeah.
person says,
Yeah.
"Hey, good to see you again"?
No, like nothing. Like he plows right in, he walks right in, gets a seat, watches the movie, and then he would go home and just pretend like nothing had happened.
Really?
Yeah.
See, yeah, in
And he's
our
done that
house,
multiple times.
we watch so much stuff together. I wouldn't be able to skip ahead. Now, I don't mind if Jenna wants to put on an episode, or like if I'm not around and she starts watching stuff. For me, I don't mind if she goes ahead, because then I will just watch it on my own whenever.
Right.
But I know she likes watching things together, so we typically wait and just watch all the episodes together, no matter how long it takes.
Yep.
I'm like Catherine, though. Like, we start something, Matthew will fall asleep every time. I'll just keep watching.
Yeah.
Well, because what am I supposed to do?
Rude.
Stop it?
Rude. It's rude. Put something else on.
Yeah,
That's what I
put
always
something
do.
else.
I always put something else on. I'll find something else. Yeah, there's like an infinite amount of things.
Sarah Pollock asks, how long do you use a glass or cup before washing it?
Oh, this was a huge argument in my home this weekend.
Really?
This very thing
Okay,
caused
what
a
was
massive
it? What
argument
was it?
about the cup, because I use a new cup for everything, and I put them in the sink. And the argument is, why don't I rinse it out and use the cup again?
Okay,
'Cause
so
I'll use one cup for one kind of tea.
Okay.
And then I'll start a new cup for a different kind of tea.
Yeah.
And then I'll use a different cup for orange juice. So it's 3 cups. And Matthew's argument is you should not be using 3 cups a day.
So if I go home and take out a glass and I'm going to drink water out of it all day, that's one glass that I'm going to use all day for water. If I make a coffee, I'm going to use that cup, and then I'll rinse the cup, put it in the dishwasher when I'm done, because chances are I won't have another coffee, or I'm not going to drink my water out of the cup that I then used for my coffee. And if I go to make a coffee later on in the day, I'll just use another cup. But typically for things like, for me at least, it's just water, so I use the exact same cup all day.
See, if I had a glass of water and then I wanted a coffee, I'd start a new glass for the coffee, because what if I wanted a sip of water while having coffee?
Or if I have a glass of orange juice, I won't rinse it and then use that same glass for water all the time. It depends on what liquid is in the glass or cup.
Right.
But typically the only glass that I will use for a long period of time would be if I'm drinking water.
And my argument was, what difference does it make if I use a new cup for every different thing? Then you just put them in the dishwasher and you run the dishwasher.
I use a coffee cup in the morning, and then if it gets washed, it gets washed. If it's still on the counter the next day, I just rinse it. Like, I don't do that. But other than that, I'm sitting here listening to you guys talk, and I don't drink out of cups.
What do you drink out of?
Like, if I drink water, I always have it out of a can. It's like a can of Perrier or Club Soda or whatever.
What about orange juice?
I don't drink orange juice.
Okay, so in the morning you have a cup of coffee.
Yes.
And then you get thirsty later in the day, and it's only things that come out of a can?
Yeah, like have Perrier or...
You won't have, like, if you're at home then, and you're feeling thirsty, and you feel like
milk,
non-flavor,
right?
You won't just go to the kitchen, grab a glass, fill it up with water, and drink that?
No.
You get a can of Perrier.
Yeah.
So, but what if you wanted something that doesn't come? Like, what if you wanted milk?
I don't drink that, though.
Yeah, I legit have never felt the need to just have a glass of milk.
No.
No, but I'm trying to think of things that don't come in a can that you may pour into a glass.
Like once every 3 months, I'll have a glass of wine, right? Sure.
But that's out of a wine glass. That's understandable.
No, I
You're
don't
not
have.
gonna put
It's not.
coffee
It's
in
not
there.
out of a wine glass though, because I drink everything out of a coffee mug. If I do that, like I'll just have. Wine,
yeah?
I'll just have wine.
Okay, so what if this was
Because I
that
like a
day?
handle.
What if this
Okay,
was
then.
that day and you had wine
Yeah.
and now you wanted coffee? Would it be 2 different cups?
No, I probably wouldn't. I
You
probably
would
just
rinse
rinse.
out
I'm
your wine-
gross though, right?
your wine cup? Yeah, you are.
Like I have a travel mug that I'll put cider in, right?
Uh-huh.
Like just as a cap on it, like one of those Yeti mugs.
Yeah.
And I'll go. I don't even know a week without cleaning it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Maybe I'll rinse the lid a little if it gets sticky.
I clean everything, dude.
Don't you remember the mug that I had on this show that I drink my coffee from
Oh,
every
it was
single
It
day?
said God on it.
Yeah.
What's that?
It said God on it.
Yeah. Don't you remember that?
It was disgusting.
Yeah, where I went 2 years without cleaning my coffee mug.
And it was all gunky on the bottom.
Yeah.
At the base. Oh,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
so
I went.
gross.
Yeah, I went 2 years without cleaning
And
my
it
coffee
had
mug.
like a permanent ring close to the top, close to
Yeah.
the lip of the mug, a permanent ring that
Yeah.
I'm sure didn't
Yeah.
ever come
Yeah,
out.
I'm not like I don't use cups, which is weird. I only just now thought about that. But if I do, I'm not big on using multiple cups for multiple things.
Really?
No,
I'll use
I
the
will
same
just use
cup
the
for the same
cup.
tea like for 3 days in a row. You just add more hot water.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, until Matthew might take it and put it away. But if it was up to me, I would use the same one all the time.
Yeah.
Like if I have a
I'm like
coffee on
that.
the weekend, like in the morning at like, let's say, I don't know, 7 a.m., right?
Yeah.
I will then, maybe I'll have another coffee at 10. I'm
Yeah.
using a new cup.
You are.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I take that cup, as soon as I'm finished with it,
Yeah.
I take that cup, I go to the sink, I rinse it, and I put it right in the dishwasher.
Fair enough.
Right?
Fair
and then
enough.
when I feel
Fair
like having
enough.
another cup, I'm not going to go back to the dishwasher and go find that cup that I used already.
Fair enough.
I'm
Okay,
sure
well,
nothing's
okay.
wrong with it.
Hold on now. Let's say that you have a coffee.
Yes.
It's 7 a.m.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you have a coffee and you're like, got to take the dog out, the kid's going crazy, all this other stuff. You drink about 3/4 of that cup of coffee and you leave it in the office.
Yeah.
Right? You leave it in the office. It's there. It's still got a quarter coffee left in it. But at this point, 2 hours later, it's cold and the milk on the top has turned that gray color,
Yeah.
right?
Blech.
Okay.
Gross.
You don't want to drink that.
No.
Now, let's say at 10 a.m., you're in the office and you're like, oh, goddamn, I really want another coffee right now. You see that mug there from earlier that has the gray milk cold coffee in it.
Yeah.
Do you then bring that to the kitchen, dump that in the sink, put a new coffee in that mug?
No.
Or do you bring that to the kitchen, dump it in the sink, rinse it, dishwasher, new mug, new coffee?
That
really,
one.
huh?
Yeah, that
Interesting.
one.
See, that's not
Absolutely.
me.
The only way I will use the exact same cup is, let's say I have my coffee at 7 and then I want another one at like 9 or 10, but I finish my coffee at 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
And if I didn't already rinse it, and if I look at it and the cup's like still okay, I may give it a quick rinse, and then I'll use that cup
If you
again.
if you have a knife, right?
Yes.
In your rack,
Mhm.
okay? If you have a knife and you pull out a knife and you have to cut bread or a bun,
Yes.
okay, do you put that knife in the dishwasher or does it go back in the block?
Oh, that goes in the dishwasher.
No
really?
way. No,
no
I
way.
just-
Not
no,
me.
put it back. It
Yeah,
only
right
cut
back-
bread.
Yeah, right back in the block.
Even still.
No.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Nope. I give
Yeah.
it a quick rinse and I put it in the dishwasher.
We start a knife in the morning. If we cut cheese or oranges or whatever, we leave it on the cutting board. The next person can use it.
Yeah, no, bread gets a wipe with a paper towel and then right back on the
Really?
Yeah, and it's only for crumbs too. Yeah, or I'll blow it.
No.
Yeah.
What about a plate?
Absolutely not.
You'll use a plate over and over.
Oh yeah, I'll use a plate over and over for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll have like a plate going all day.
But what if it's a plate that had something that was like greasy?
Look, under the water, little paper towel, rinse it out, put it back on the counter.
What if it was something that was a little saucy?
Same thing.
You can rinse it.
Yeah.
What if it was something that had
Like a little saucy, like it called me bitch.
What if it were a meal that had like a lot of I don't want to say flavor. Yes, flavor, but a lot of ingredients that would maybe make the plate smell a little bit more than normal.
But
Like
you're
if you
gonna rinse
use
it off.
like a lot of garlic or a lot of onion,
No, just rinse it off.
you just rinse it off.
Yeah.
Like I'll use
I'll
a
just rinse
plate in the evening for my halva, and then I'll rinse it and put oranges on it.
What's hulva?
Oh, sesame seed treat.
Oh, why don't you say that?
Because it's called halva.
What is a sesame seed? What's it held together with? You just eat it like a bird?
Wait, did you say sesame seed? What?
Treat. Like it's a
Treat?
It's a block with chocolate, and it's like a Middle Eastern snack.
Okay. Like baklava?
Yeah, but it's a block of sesame mush.
It's a block, LeVar.
Yo, hold on. A block. So minus the chocolate, yeah, they sell that stuff at Home Depot for birds.
Yeah.
That you put outside.
Yeah, it's like on a stick, right?
Yeah.
Like it's for
No,
birds.
this is just wrapped in cellophane, and you cut it and enjoy, and it's sticky.
Right. Oh, sounds delicious. Sounds delicious.
Baklava. All right, one more here from Josie.
Yeah.
So I know Roz hates pickles and hates when they are out on burgers because everything just tastes like pickle juice.
Yes.
But don't onions do the same thing? I hate onions. That's from Josie.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't mind. I don't mind. I like onions, right?
Yeah, you're fine with it.
But I know some people have a big aversion to raw onion.
Mhm.
Okay. So as opposed to cooked, because they taste two completely different ways. But again, I will say this: in the burger world, this is when I speak in the burger world.
Okay.
I will say this: that I also don't think that raw onion should come standard on a burger. I think that is something that you should always have to order, much like pickles, because if you are not a fan of raw onion or you're not a fan of pickles, having them on there and then pulling them off, it will always taste like that thing.
I don't mind onions on a burger. I don't like onions anywhere else.
No.
I like chopped onion in a hot dog.
I don't mind sauteed onions. You know what, though, Maury? I don't like onions in hot dogs, but I don't mind them on hamburgers.
I love chopped red onions in a hot dog. But I disagree
I
with
hate
her on
red
one thing.
onions.
The pickles are way juicier than a round of red onion.
Yeah, but it still tastes though. That onion flavor gets on everything. I will say this: green onion I love, and I put them raw on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I just chop them up with scissors, and if I make like chili fries, they go on top.
Do you mean chives or do you mean green onion?
What did I just say? I said
green onion, man.
Okay, I was just there's two. Okay, chives are an onion too.
Yeah, I would have said chives though. Bitch.
You saucy.
You're saucy. Yeah. No, I do love green onion on everything. Like I will put that stuff on everything. I love the flavor. I love what it does as an ingredient. I love what it like cooked or raw, whatever it is. Love it. Chicken fried rice when I make that. There's so much green onion in it. It's not even funny.
Poutine.
Sure, yeah, throw on some poutine. I don't care. But yeah, no, I'm with you on onions where it's like I don't like raw onion on things, and to me, any kind of onion on a hot dog is just a no go.
Yeah,
like there's just no.
I think it ruins a hot dog.
It ruins a hot dog.
way.
Yeah, not for me. On a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, a little bit of sautéed onions, right in there.
Oh, so good.
That's delicious. Of course, as an ingredient in like a pasta sauce or a stew or whatever.
But
love
even still,
that,
it's like
right?
cooked down, right?
Yeah, it's cooked down. You don't even. Yeah, exactly. You don't even notice. But raw, I'm like, meh. Shallots I use a lot. I use shallots almost more than I use onions.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Rox really like shallots.
Yeah.
Like she'll make pizzas at home and then she'll just put like raw shallot on the top of it, stick it in the oven, and then they kind of caramelize with the meat and everything else that's on there. It's delicious.
Yeah,
It's really
I
good.
hate red onion. I find the taste of it
Like a
is
Spanish shallot,
way-
like the red one, the purple one. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
like
just
those a
find
lot.
that the taste of those ones are
Yeah.
so overbearing, more
Really?
than like a regular onion. Yeah, I hate them.
Do you ever? I make what I'll do is if I get a pot of oil going,
Mm.
I will take an onion and slice it super, super, super thin, right?
Yeah.
Like as thin as my knife will allow it to go. Just these little, tiny strips, and then I throw them in a bowl, and I put like 5 or 6 teaspoons of corn flour.
Mhm.
Is that what that is? Cornstarch.
Okay.
Over top of it, load it up with salt and pepper and a little bit of paprika and a little bit of like cayenne or chili flakes or whatever it is, and then mix all that up and then just pull them out very carefully. So these tiny little strips of onion are just covered in the cornstarch, and then drop those sons of bitches in oil and let them fry for like maybe a minute and then pull them out.
Like
and
onion
they
rings.
but they're super thin though, right? They're just like these tiny little like
Will you eat them on their own?
slivers.
On their own?
Put them on anything. I'll stick them on the side with a steak. I'll eat them like chips.
Yeah?
Right? Yeah. I'll just sit there and eat them like that, or put them on the side, stick them on a burger if you want that on a burger. They are the best. The absolute best. I love those things.
Speaking of onions, I had a bag of Funyuns over the weekend. Did you know no onion in that?
In a Funyun?
No onion in a Funyun.
Of course not.
What's
What do you-
Funyun?
Funyuns are like
It's like
potato.
a potato chip, but it's onion flavored cheesies.
Well, they're but they're shaped like onion
Right?
rings.
Yes. It's in a
Ew.
circle.
That's
yeah.
so gross.
No onion.
No, of course not.
I thought there'd be onion.
Of course not. Do you think that there's You think you eating barbecue when you have barbecue chips, or like?
But they're shaped like round. I thought, like
they're
I took
shaped like round.
Bitch. All right, yo. This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Thank you very much. Just find us on Instagram at Kiss925, and that is where we post Ask Roz and Mocha, which is where you will ask your questions. Thank you very much for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.